In this video, I'm going to be showing you inside our entire sales playbook with live calls to back it up. 4 calls, every one being a paying client worth $84,000 in lifetime revenue between them. You'll see how we sell a big manufacturer versus one bloke with a van, the exact moments the deal turns, the follow-up game, including a client who signed the agreement and then ghosted us for 3 or 4 months before paying us a cent. 3 of these 4 signed a day or 2 later after the call, and I'm going to show you exactly why that happened. The client who signed and ghosted for a few months, this is them. Large manufacturer of hot water heat pumps, $5,500 a month, 4 months from the first call, the money came in. Only call of the 4 where I'd actually change nothing. Watch how it runs. I've put up here the screenshot of lifetime revenue between the customers.
So we have a lot of clients that are selling your product, mate, which is we love it. Whenever someone comes through and is like, we do, like, yes, because they are very
guaranteed to get results.
Man, they're so easy for us to get results for. The guys are able to do some of our guys are able to do install, like fully install for $350. You know, it ranges between 350 to 800 depending on, the situation and all that kind of thing. But for us, when we see that they're doing, all the other brands are great, but they're harder for us to push. And mate, your products do really well. So it's awesome to be chatting to you guys. So, we have basically a method that we use to not only generate leads for our clients, but also nurture those leads and kind of push them towards purchasing. Because, at the end of the day, we need our clients to make significantly more money than what they pay us. Otherwise, they ain't going to keep paying us. So, traditionally when marketing companies and lead generation companies like ours first started, it was like, all right, here's your lead, name, email, phone number, done. There away you go, right? It's so much more complex than that. And we use a lot of different types of technology. We have this CRM system that we include free as part of our service. We use AI. We connect up ChatGPT to actually like warm leads up. It speaks to leads. It can answer questions about your products, which is so funny. Like it, you basically give it a script and information. You can load into it like websites and PDF documents, Word documents, or whatever, and it will learn that and it can kind of like recite that kind of stuff, which is really cool. So I kind of wanted to, I mean, I don't know where to take this from here. Like, I don't know if you want me to kind of pitch you what that service is, because I'm not sure if you're wanting to get leads, let's say people who own a home that's like, they're the homeowner. The combined household income is less than 210K. The home's value is less than 3 million. Their current unit's older than I think 3 years, and it's that kind of. Is that what you want, or do you?
So that's Solar Vic, which obviously we do want, but those requirements that you just gave. But we definitely want any electric, gas, Solar Vic. We want all sort of heat pump leads. Obviously we have a small internal network here, sales department here, that we use, and we've got a handful of third-party providers. But we're always looking for someone. I think what interested me the most about coming to you guys was just the way you go about it. You definitely stand alone in the way you do things. And I just was interested to sort of learn more about how you got into it and what it is, how you actually operate. Obviously, you've worked in the industry for a while, because about the requirements and regulations and things like that. So you're just trying to get a bit of more of a background about it. And really sort of price points is sort of the key thing too, because we're being a manufacturer and things like that. Obviously, we have the ability to be at a lower price point, which you mentioned before, which we want to keep that advantageous touch. So it's really a few questions I've kind of just thrown at you, but
No, all good. Just a quick one for you. Are you not then competing against, as an example, we've got a few clients that do just. Are you not then kind of, won't you be just kind of be pricing them out of the market?
Uh,
Is that an issue for you, or are you happy
no,
to?
no, not really. It depends because we wholesale to those companies at quite a good price. They can still come in generally at a reasonable price as well compared to like your, well, maybe not Chromogen. Chromogen can do quite cheaply because they've got a cheap product as well. But like Emeralds and companies like that, you know, iStore, and then you got your Reneyes and your Reams, which have joined the industry. So we don't have much of an issue. Generally, if anything, we come across companies that we sell to that end up selling it cheaper than we do. So that's something we've got to be on top of too, because that's the last thing we want to be doing. But we definitely don't price anyone out realistically because we're not going like complete bare minimum. But it is about staying competitive in the market too, because a lot of these other brands are running quite good deals with tight margins and things like that. So it's about staying relevant, and it's just monitoring that closely to make sure you're doing the right thing with the contracts that you've got with your wholesale partners.
And have you
absolutely.
done this much, you know, on your own before, like advertising direct, or have you mainly been focused on the wholesale side of things?
No. Well, wholesaling we've been doing since the beginning. That's probably 30% of our business, maybe 40. And then we've had an internal sales department for probably 4 years. And we've been heavily invested in advertising probably the last 12 months. So we, as the industry changed in the price factor, especially in Victoria, and it became a more significant sale rather than a free, we went into trying to increase and continue to do the numbers by going into the advertising with AdWords and Facebooks and stuff like that, all Meta. So, but yeah, advertising wise, pretty recent, like 12 months isn't a long time. But yeah, definitely been selling internally for quite a while.
And how much are you spending a month on the advertising side?
I'll just shut this door. Oh, that was loud. Sorry, Ryan. Probably looking around 20K. I mean, we've just gone up a bit to that. We were trying to run around 2.5 a week. So, but we've pushed that up a little bit to try and increase it, because obviously we've got the capacity. So there's and we were getting a reasonable, I wouldn't say great return, but a reasonable amount of traffic coming in. So yeah, we've pushed that up a bit recently. So that's sort of where the price point is at the moment. I don't think there's much more in it for us, unless the rewards there, because it's starting to become that price per lead conversion starts to become a bit unrealistic. So so that would be the peak of where we would spend. But yeah, that might produce maybe 150 leads a week, and we might convert 30 of those. So
150 leads based on 20K per month spend.
Yeah, so what's that for 600 a month?
That's $33 a lead.
Yeah, but then you got the conversion, which you're only converting at 20%. So then you got to,
so it's $33 a lead. You're converting 20% of those.
Yeah. So it starts to become, around that $200 mark. So, which isn't terrible, but it's not enough for us to increase.
Of course.
Going, because there's no guarantee that that's going to bring the cost down. It might make it go the other way. So
yeah, cool. All right. I'm having a look at your ads here. They look good. So when someone submits an inquiry, can you tell me what happens next? Like, do you have a CRM system that you use? Do you have?
And it's funny because it's the one you call a dinosaur, which I totally agree with. I hate it. I cannot stand it, but it's been used since the beginning. We have implemented another CRM on the side of it, which helps with our sales generation and management, which is Zoho. We have looked at Monday.com. None of us really are really good with it. So we like it, but we don't know anything about it. But yeah,
Monday.com is more like a project. So we use Asana, Cody and I. So that's similar to Monday.com. That's more of like a project management tool rather than like a an all-in-one kind of CRM. So
Okay.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
good that you were already looking at options, because we have an excellent option that we've basically have like built a framework into it that works for, you know, the VEU.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I think what I will do then is I will kind of take you through exactly what we do and how we do it, because I wasn't quite sure you know, what we might be looking at as a partnership. But yeah, basically you'd be another version of our existing clients, which is like perfect because we already have the system built out for you. You know, I will say that your wholesalers, mate, they do a really good job at
Yeah.
selling. Right? They do a really good job. It's like, look, it's honest, you know, and to say that most of them are of Indian background,
Yeah.
and they're really good at chasing leads. Like
Yeah.
they're second to none. Like I'm not even kidding. Like our Anglo-Saxon clients generally don't perform as well, because these
Yeah.
guys, look, when you give them a lead, they're like, they'll just call that lead until they pick up. Like they were doing door knocking and cold calling, and for them to then for us to generate leads for them that are basically qualified and warm already, this person has booked a call back. It's like shooting fish in a barrel for them. And so yeah, like I'm gonna actually, I'm sure you'll probably actually know some of the clients that I'm going to show you through, but yeah, I'm just gonna actually,
I would highly say so.
yeah. So this is what the sales pipeline looks like. Let me know once you can see that.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so basically all the leads that we generate, they come into this sales pipeline, right? And
This
you can
actually looks
move,
pretty similar to Zoho, so that's a good
yeah, it
start.
does. So
Yeah.
they're all quite similar. Like in my opinion, this one's the best.
Mhm.
Um, and you know, obviously we build out the pipeline based on whatever your stages are. You know, these guys have, you know, obviously rebate applications and things like that. Um, and you know, you can do most things from this screen, right? Most of
Yep.
the guys that are using the system, they'll be able to just come into the pipeline, and this is where they'll do most of their work, right? So this is a live account, so if I click call, it will call that person. View conversations, I'm going to show you in a second. It will actually show you all the history, text messages, emails, phone calls. You know, if you decide to use this for quoting and invoicing, which I'm going to show you in a second, it's all in here as well. um, Facebook messages, WhatsApp messages, Instagram messages, like everything's all here in the one place. Obviously, you know, adding tags, notes, you know, tasks to follow up. And, you know, what we're doing for most of our guys that are doing hot water is we're trying to book them a callback. So like as in that person submits their inquiry, and then we're really trying to get that person to book in a phone call, right? To say,
Yep.
schedule in a callback. So obviously all you do is you pick the day, the time, and then, you know, this will automatically populate with, you know, that person's details. Um, so, you know, just to kind of show you like the calendar here, and I reckon in a moment you're probably going to realize who this is. If I kind of go back, let's just, you know, kind of go through the weeks. Like these are all the callbacks that we're scheduling for them. So these are people that have not just submitted an inquiry, but actually booked in via the calendar. This is the time that I want you to call me back.
Sure.
You know, so obviously that's what that for us is it's just a much more highly qualified lead. Does not mean that it's a guaranteed sale, you know, by any stretch. But if someone's saying, hey, yeah, call me back, then that's definitely going to be a better, you know, better outcome.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
so, you know, if I kind of go through to, as you can see here, this lead has what's called there the autopilot SMS. So, you know, you can actually see, um, let's see here, Ben. Yeah, here we go. So this guy was actually talking to a bot. So this lead inquiry was submitted at 5:58 p.m. These
Yeah.
guys don't work at that time.
Yeah.
You know, straight away there's the email that's gone out to them. That's, you know, thanks for your inquiry. Here an option to schedule a callback, and most of the time we're pushing callback, scheduling your callback.
Mhm.
You know, and then here the bots texted him straight away saying, basically, you know, this is, you know, these guys do aircon. Can you confirm if you needed a quote for a split or a ducted AC system? There, this guy replies straight away, split system. You know, great choice, Ben. Is it for a single story or multi-story home? Single story, 8 kilowatt. And you can see back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. This
Yeah.
person's having a conversation for about 10 minutes with the bot.
That's
And
crazy.
yeah, here it's hands it over back to the team, right? So if I kind of actually go into, we basically create a job description for the bot. So this one is one, here's a job description for someone that's doing hot water, actually. Is it hot water?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's hot water.
Is it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your role is to qualify prospects for our Victorian Energy Upgrade installation promotion. This prospect has qualified based on questions they've already answered. Your role is to schedule in a time for the team to call them back. You are an intelligent, well-educated and friendly individual. Maintain a natural, empathetic and friendly conversation style. Be concise and connect personally. Ask only one qualifying question per interaction. Format it as a yes/no question to encourage a response. In this case, these guys want to know, again, like just confirming you're the homeowner, just to say yes, like what we're trying to do there, say these are your correct details.
Yeah.
To determine the total rebate you qualify for under the VEU, we might need to perform a quick and free in-home inspection. Will that be okay with you? Just getting them to be comfortable with that. Confirming their suburb. We try not to ask them for their full address too early, because that kind of people might then be like, well, why are you asking for my address? And then do mornings or afternoons usually work better for a member of our team to arrange a call back to discuss the next steps, right? So, you know, some of our guys say, hey, we want it to discuss price, and I don't really recommend that. You know, it's not quite as good as a person yet. I think within 6 to 12 months it will be. But yeah, it's pretty much everything that we can do from the system. It's all recorded in that conversation section, right? So I'll actually run through one of our clients who uses the full kind of invoicing and quoting system here. You know, these guys have generated $750,000 with another 140K, you know, due to be paid to them. And I'll just go here to the most recent person. And it's like, you can see here, like if you send out invoices from the system, see, it's actually recorded here, new invoice sent, right? You can actually look at the invoice. So anyone can have access to it, right?
Mhm.
Obviously you can limit different people's permissions, but you know, then it emails a copy of that invoice to that person as well. I'll show you, you know, like we do have our clients who are doing, funnily enough, Ecogenica, and you know, they actually have their signed documents. Basically, it's like this replaces DocuSign as well.
Mhm.
So they're, you know, here put or whatever they want here on the pricing section. So I mean, I'm sure you know who those people are. Yeah,
Yeah.
Amira and
Yeah.
Navid, great people.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, so like you know, this is a document that gets signed. So you know, once they sign, you can automatically have it then send over an invoice for them for it to be paid. You know, what I'm trying to say to you here is that we're an end-to-end service, right? I haven't even gotten to the part where here, obviously, we generate leads, right?
Mhm.
I mean, again, this is for Hamira and Navid. You know, in the last
Yeah.
7.5 days, we've generated them 53 leads. They've only spent $370, and the leads are costing $6.98 each. And these are only qualified leads. Like, if they are not the homeowner, if their home's older than, you know, sorry, like less than 3 years old, if they don't qualify, it doesn't come through.
Yeah.
So these are qualified leads, and then basically they then go through to the bot, which then warms them up and trying to schedule the callback. Or you know, there's the option there once they've been submitted their inquiry to schedule the callback on their own. Because you know these guys are a really small team. They don't have people on the phones trying, you know, calling constantly. Some of our guys have much bigger teams, and so you know, they have literally call centers basically to call clients back. So you know, this is pretty much what we do. Obviously, like once something's been installed, what we actually have then is a survey that gets sent out. A survey gets sent out um, to the client saying, you know, hey, how was your install? You know, do you have any feedback for us? What would you rate us out of 5? Only then the people who rate 5 out of 5 then get sent a text message and an email asking for a Google review. And
Mhm.
then they'll actually get sent an automated text message saying, hey, do you have family, friends, or neighbors who you'd like to refer to us? You know, some of our guys are paying $50, $100 to, you know, a referral that books and
Yeah.
goes ahead with the service. And then, you know, some of our guys then want to do checkups in a year, you know, servicing and things like that they offer. So we can also automate that for you. So, you know, it's an end-to-end service. It's
Okay. Cool. No, it sounds good. So where does the traffic come through? Is it just purely from AI marketing, digital like marketing, or?
it's Facebook and Instagram is what we use
Yep.
for the most part, to be honest. Like we would basically take over the management of you know, I saw your ads that you're running. We would take over the management of that. And we would then feed everything through our system, because generating leads is not the hardest part of what we do. Like anyone can put up ads and generate leads. It's trying to maximize your conversion rate and then maximize lifetime value.
Yep.
That's where we kind of focus a lot of our energy on, because we know exactly how to run ads. A lot of people know how to run ads. It's the whole ecosystem that you build around it, which
Yep.
is what we believe to be the make or break, what sets us apart and will set all of our clients apart from the rest.
Now, can we patch or integrate in some way this into Dataforce? I don't think Dataforce doesn't like really working with anything, but so because this would only go so far, and then we would have to complete the job into Dataforce and do all that side of it there for the compliance and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, hold on, let me just check.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I know Zoho can't.
Course.
It's not
I
really
could
here
check
nor
with
there,
I could check with a developer. So I've got a developer that we work with that if the API feeds are allowing anything to connect in, then we can. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways that we can do it. Basically, we have some guys that use other systems, that use Zoho, that use ServiceMate's one that obviously we work across Australia, with different types of providers, but a lot of guys do use ServiceMate. And what we can do is we can create another column where it then will say like send it over to wherever, like Dataforce or ServiceMate.
yeah.
It would just be a matter of I'll have to just check with the developer to see, hey, does Dataforce allow anyone to connect in? Because our system connects into everywhere. It's just
Okay.
the other side of it. Will they or won't they?
Yeah, actually, that may have been the problem with Zoho as well. I don't think it was the Zoho that was the issue. I think it was Dataforce. Well, yeah, we can have a look into it. So, do we have any sort of forecast or projection or like evidential ideas of what we would kind of you'd be able to do with what we get, like increase
Yeah.
wise?
Yeah. Can you just remind me, what was your monthly budget?
About in advertising,
Yep.
around 20. Yeah.
20 grand. Well, I will say, so did you say that your leads are costing you about $30 at the moment?
Raw lead, yeah, before conversion, yeah.
Yeah, see, we're definitely going to be able to do significantly better than that. Yeah. I mean, based on like our numbers now with that spend, and I'm actually being conservative, we should be able to get you 2,000 leads a month fully qualified. Again, the conversion is not going to be that they're not all going to convert.
Yeah, that's still 500 a week.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's at a what, $10 cost per lead.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
So how does
$10.
that
Yeah, so
how
that's
does
so that's
that
being
work? Do we
conservative.
hand
Yeah.
the budget, I suppose, to
No,
you
so
guys, and you use it?
you invite us as an agency partner to your ad account, and we do everything in your account. So you'll still own everything. We will just set up different campaigns to run in the way that we run them. We'll make slight adjustments to wording, and I mean, do you have like a design team that creates these ads for you?
This is the problem. No, we don't.
Yeah, okay.
So some of them can look. Quite a few of them are a bit. To be honest, some of them are great. Some of them have been massive hits, and then some of them are like, oh my god, who made that? So that is something we don't have. We don't have a marketing and developer or anything like that. We have experienced advertising people, but no one that can digitally sort of enhance our image online. So we were going to look at hiring somebody to do that. We got involved with the company for a while, and it ended up being incredibly expensive for basically no gain.
Yeah.
So
That's brand. So what we do is basically called performance marketing. We're about like getting leads and converting them. Branding is just this whole other ball game where for a long time you'll be like what will feel like burning money.
Mm,
It's a long-term play.
mm,
When you're looking at, really spending a lot of money on content and branding and things like that.
mm,
Honestly, what I would do with you is I would create what we call user-generated content style ads. So
mm,
basically, what we would do is we would get a paid actor basically, maybe there's someone who needs a system upgrade, and we go, hey guys, we'll do it for you for free if you create this content for us. What they would do is like, you know, is your hot water system looking old and rusty like this one? And they'll show that old shitty one, and then they'll say, look, because right now, you know, under the VEU, you're actually able to upgrade your system to a brand new heat pump. And did you know why it's better for the environment? And, you know, it kind of pulls, you know, is it like hot air out of the air and, you know, converts it and blah, 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 blah. It kind of playing on a few different factors and also making it look like low production because people know when they're being sold to. And if you can make this look like a genuine piece of content, like user generated style content, the engagement's going to be a lot better. And you know, we have used that for a lot of different clients before, not in Melbourne, not under the VEU before. Because you know the ads that we are running right now, they do work. But you know, with a company like yours, I would love to throw a little bit of budget behind. It doesn't cost a huge amount of money, but most of our guys are like, no, just put that money into ads because you know our designer can create static ads for you, but when it comes to video, we do need to pay someone to do it.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
would
that's
strongly
something we
recommend.
definitely need is videos, because we
Absolutely.
don't have any, and the the slideshow sort of video content that we do have is pretty well. It
Yeah,
is
I mean,
very
I'm looking at
basic.
that now. It you know, it
It's
does a job,
basic,
man. Like it's quite basic and it
but we've wanted to have videos for quite a long time. We just haven't really had the time to investigate into finding someone that can help us do it. So
yeah, so look, we don't do like professional style video when it comes to like branding. Like for you, you know, I would definitely recommend having someone do that. We can help you to find someone to do that, but everything we do is performance based. When we do video, we do video that's created for an ad. And
yeah, well,
generally what we like
that's all we need.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Generally, what we like to do is we like to use user generated content style video, because man, I'm telling you, it performs really, really well. And if you can find like usually what we'll do is we'll find people of different backgrounds do the exact same video.
Mhm.
Like the B-roll usually will be the same, but exact same video, same script, because it's going to relate to different types of people. And you run
Correct.
that ad, and you know, obviously, as I said, people from different backgrounds will relate to those different people. And you know, what you get to do in that video is you then get to educate people a little bit on how great the VEU scheme is, and how not only they're going to be able to upgrade their hot water system, you know, for a fraction of the cost of what they would if their scheme wasn't there, but also, you know, obviously what we like to do is play on, you know, the environmental factor as well, and why heat pumps are actually a lot better for the environment, you know, better for your energy costs, lowering your bills and things like that. So yeah, I definitely would look at doing something like that with you guys.
Yeah, awesome. That sounds really good. So where's like your revenue? Where's your what's the costs involved to get involved?
Yeah, so there's a monthly retainer that we
Mhm.
charge. And then obviously your advertising spend is on top of that. So
Mhm.
the monthly retainer that we charge is 5 grand.
Mhm.
And you know, that includes all of the creation of your the content for you, the creating of the ad campaigns, the you know, launching of them, the monitoring of them, the optimizing of them. You know, based on what you said to me that you're currently paying, we just us coming on board, I'd say that if you want the same number of leads that you're getting now, could do it for half the ad spend. Like, you know, so that would immediately, if we come in and we're getting you, like, I mean, you saw we're getting the guys $7 leads, $6 leads, fully qualified. And if it's costing you at the moment that, look, Facebook makes it easy enough that anyone can jump in and create an ad campaign, but to
Yeah.
do it well, you do need to have quite a lot of experience, and that's kind of, you know, what people mostly pay us for. But then we've created this entire ecosystem around it, because we want to have a product that's so good that people will feel like I can't run my business without this. Because for us, it's like the lifetime value of clients for us is, you know, really where we've kind of focus on. And just if we can nail it and we can just get everyone so embedded into what we do, then
Yeah,
they're never going to
no,
leave
that's
us.
good. No, that's good. So just for hypothetical, if we stayed paying 20 grand all up, so we cut our advertising back to 15 to accommodate for your 5,
Mhm.
do we feel like we could still get a better return than what we're currently getting, which is,
Yes.
Yes.
what did I say? It was around 100 off 20 grand a month.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm pretty happy. I'm happy to go and speak to the GM. You've recording this, so he can
Yes.
just have a look at this. It's actually clever. We've been looking for something along these lines for quite a while. So I am definitely interested in getting something working with you guys. What sort of access would we then have to your summit? Would we just have basic access to be able to
Full access.
Full
Okay.
control, full access. Yeah, absolutely everything. And we could have as many users, as many people on the account as you
Okay.
want, and everyone can have different permissions, right? Like, if you and the GM want full control, that's fine. If we've got like 5 salespeople, they can have certain permissions. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. That sounds pretty good. I'm probably forgetting to ask a couple of things. I'm going to end up calling you back at some stage.
No, all good, man.
Fine.
Have you got anything for me? Like anything you need to know about us specifically, or
Not honestly, like it all just from my point of view, the strategy that we'll use, it's like we do this every day. Like we love doing Ecogenica.
Mhm.
I'm looking at your ads now. I'm like, yeah, I already know what we would want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure before we had this chat, like which direction we were going to go in. Something else that I would kind of mention, I think could be beneficial to you guys as well is, some kind of a referral partnership might also work for you
Yep.
guys. Like what we would love to do is to pay you guys an ongoing commission for anyone that you kind of send to us.
Yeah, right.
And then like, I guess, I'm happy. Every time we have a client, we're like, hey, do you guys do? And they're like, oh no. So I would just love to just send you people
Yeah.
and say, can you
Mm.
sort these guys out with something, because it's so much easier for us to do your products than, like Neo Power or
Emeralds,
Emerald and
buy stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, we have people who we could just send to you and just um yeah, so I mean, look, that's probably a discussion for down the line, but in terms of do I need to know anything else from you? Not really. Honestly, it's like it's pretty stock standard. Like if you want to go ahead, we're
Yep.
ready to launch. What we do is run you through the agreement. We don't lock anyone into long-term contracts. It's a month-to-month agreement. All you need to do is give us 30 days notice before the upcoming payment and say this is our last month, and then that's it. All the data that we collect, all the leads we collect, everything's yours. That's all in the agreement. It's like we don't own that data. If you ever decide to discontinue, what we can do is we can actually eject that account and you can keep that CRM.
Mhm.
Or we can just export the data as you want. Some clients just pay us to use the CRM. That's totally up to you. Yeah, it's
Is it contractual, or
in
this
terms of
like using you guys, having you guys as like a performance sort of, I guess, on digital coach?
is it a contract? So I mean, yeah, it's a contract that you do sign an agreement, but it's
Yep.
just month to month. So there's no like 6, 12, 18 month
Okay.
contract. It's just like a month to month agreement. So we from our end, we know that when people sign on with us, they're not going to leave because we do a really great job at what we do.
Mhm.
And also it gives that person peace of mind, like that, hey, these guys need to perform. They need to make us way more money than what we're paying them. Otherwise we won't keep paying them. From our point of view, like we also don't like working with people who don't treat the leads appropriately. We make our money off of people clicking on ads and having a good experience. We've had people who will book an in-home an appointment and then not show up to it. And that person, we can see that it's like, hey, that person's really annoyed because they've taken the day off work or they, working from home that day just so that for you to arrive. So there's actually been times where we're like, hey guys, we don't want to continue this agreement from our end because we don't want people having a shitty experience when they click on an ad and you know, then they're like, oh, it's a scam, or this didn't work out for me, and telling their friends, and that looks bad on us. So we only want to work with people who are, mate, doing as good a job as what we need them to do as well.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. That's our guys are weapons like that. They're incredibly switched on and dedicated to customer experience number one, which is kind of in an essence what stood us apart from some other companies for quite a while. So it's an image that we want to keep. Early days, maybe with some offshore stuff, there's a little bit of bad digital presence, but we've got that back to a pretty solid space, and we want to keep it that way. So yeah, definitely customer satisfaction is a big focus for us.
Awesome. Yeah, mate. Well, yeah, I mean, you said you're going to chat to your GM, so I guess we'll kind of leave that with you. Cody will send over the recorded meeting if he wants to have a watch of it. You know, happy to jump on a call with him if he wants. You know, whatever you need. And I guess we'll leave it with you.
Awesome. No, I really appreciate it, guys. Organizing it really quickly. It was good. I'm glad Ryan sits on his phone all day now.
Yeah, well, it looks like you might have seen the ad, because otherwise you wouldn't have known.
Yeah, no, I had heard of you guys. I had heard of you guys, I must admit, but I'm definitely not as frequent on socials as what Ryan is. But yes, I had heard of you. So when he spoke to me about it, I was like, oh, I've seen that. So yeah, no, I'm glad we got the opportunity to have a chat.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Well, when do you think we'd be able to hear from you again, or maybe touch base?
It's Wednesday today. I think you'd have an answer by the end of the week.
Okay.
I'd like to say.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
I think
I'll
it's
speak to you
Tuesday.
today. Oh, is it? Yeah, definitely the end of the week. Sorry. So you have one day off and everything goes out. Yeah, so I'll have a chat to him. He may not get to look at it until tomorrow.
Oh, that's fine. No rush. Just so we got a rough idea. That's fine.
Yeah, no dramas at all. And then once I get a bit of an idea, he might want to meet with you guys as well. And then we'll go from there. But I'm liking this, and I like the idea of it. And I would love to get involved in it as quickly as we could.
Yeah.
Awesome, mate. Really, really looking forward to hearing from you.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks again for your time, guys, and I'll chat soon.
Now, it might be a little bit of a repeat from last week. Apologies for that. But also, obviously, like everyone, we're all time poor, so it's the elevator pitch, but with a little bit of the detail, and then Jeff can follow up with more specifics after that.
No problem.
No worries. G'day, Jeff. Nice to meet you, mate.
All good. So just a quick intro is that Jeff, I haven't had a chance to talk in detail with Jeff about this. So Cody and Daniel spoke to us late last week. We sat through with Troy and Macca just to have a look at potentially using their services to provide, I wouldn't say very warm leads, maybe hot leads, through your pure digital approach. And you've got a very good CRM that you use behind that. It's a sort of a fixed fee in terms of the charge per month, and then you obviously utilize our Meta account, but you do that within our guidelines in terms of spend, etc. You create the digital creative. This is any that's done. What we said, we could potentially look at maybe a trial, but it would be maybe not a full-blown trial, because it would need to be in conjunction with our existing method, only because we can't afford to sort of take everything offline if it doesn't work. So I'll let you guys take Jeff through there, and what Jeff and I will then have a chat afterwards, and I'll let Jeff do the numbers, look at the cost per lead, the cost there, and then how we could potentially do it within our existing budget by moving a few things around. Is that
awesome?
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. So, I mean, as Ian said, Jeff, we are in the business of providing leads. Look, we're a lead generation digital marketing agency, but to us, just giving you guys leads is nowhere near enough. We know that all of our clients need to make significantly more money than what they're paying to us. Otherwise, they're not going to keep paying us, because we don't lock people into 3, 6, 12-month agreements. It's month to month. We know that it's what we need to perform every single month. Otherwise, you're going to give us the boot. So we specialize in generating leads for HVAC companies, and the last few, I guess 12 months, we've been really honing in our strategy for generating leads for businesses operating under the VEU. And obviously since the ban on door knocking and cold calling on August 1st, it's just kind of like, people are flocking to online. Obviously there's other methods, letterbox drops and kiosks and things like that people are using, but online and specifically Facebook and Instagram are an incredible way to generate leads. I know you guys are already spending a good chunk of cash there.
Yep.
Facebook, Instagram have billions of data points on us. One of the great things about doing it specifically in Melbourne is a lot of people aren't really aware that they're eligible for these rebates. And so, especially at a time like now where the economy is a little bit, things are a little bit tight, people are not spending a huge amount. When you find out that you can get multiple thousands of dollars and almost for free, like for a few hundred, or under $1,000 or so, to get a new hot water system is very appealing. So, we, as you guys are now, are using Facebook kind of like we're going fishing. You cast your line, you've got your lure, you kind of dangle it, and then you reel people in. So yeah,
But
traditionally,
Daniel, just a quick question: do you, our preference would be for everything to be Solar Vic because there's obviously more margin in it for us. And it certainly helps the customer too. One of the challenges is just the actual Solar Vic application in terms of the information that you need to provide. Have you sort of got a based on your learnings, a way to assist either digitally or as a link to something that sort of helps people do the either
Not
fast
really,
track or
because
overcome or got all the appropriate information together? Yeah.
that's one of the things that a lot of our guys,
All of our
you're not
guys
allowed to fill
struggle
out
with.
paperwork for them.
Yeah.
They have to fill out the paperwork and
Yeah,
submit
I
it themselves.
know.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, we have our guys that will have set either phone calls or Zoom calls to literally like basically
Do it with them, do it for them.
Yeah. So, what we do with our onboardings is, we jump on a Zoom call and actually get people to share screen, and then I just take control of the screen just because it's way easier than.
So you do that as part of this process, do you? Yeah.
No, yeah, not for we don't do it as part of people submitting their paperwork for the VEU, but for Solar Vic. So we strongly recommend that to our clients to, if you can, jump on either a phone call or a Zoom call. A lot of our guys will actually go out into the home. I don't know if that's kind of like feasible for you guys, but just to kind of close that up as quickly as they can. A phone call or a Zoom call. A Zoom call is the best because you can actually control their screen and you can help them to fill out all the paperwork and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of a tough one because obviously legally that they need to.
Yeah, they do. No, I thought you might have had a quick way. I mean, it's only because again, maybe a rash generalisation, but a number of the people within our target market, I wouldn't say elderly, but maybe not be as computer literate as some, and they do sometimes struggle. And we actually had a couple that came in yesterday from a retirement village, and they drove up from you're in Sydney, aren't you? So they drove up in, and they drove from the peninsula, which would have been like a 45 minute to an hour's drive for them to come in here and for us to sort of do it for them, which was nice. It was good that they were committed to do it. But if there's a way in which either, not so much an AI, but a quick online video that was created to take the person through the process that we could share. Now, I prefer us to do it for ourselves and you not sell it to all your other customers. But if there's something like that, or if you said, look, we could produce something like that, it'd be really easy, quick, done.
We can absolutely produce something like that. We actually, funnily enough, we do that. When you come on board, there's a series of training videos where it's basically, I don't know if you've heard of Loom, where it'd be us recording screen and just clicking through. So what we can do is we can make two versions of it. We can do the video version, and then we can actually have a screenshotted version with a square over the button that you need to click and an arrow, just to make it super clear.
Yep.
And yeah, absolutely. We're happy to work with you on that.
Yep.
Obviously, you know, making sure that it's done in the right way. So yeah, we can absolutely help
Okay.
with
All
that.
right. All
That's
right.
something that we can, you know, similar to if you end up jumping on board with us, you actually get put into a training course that's actually created inside of the CRM system, which I might actually just show you that as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe I'll
Yep.
get
Yep.
Cody to share screen.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry,
Yeah,
I've
so
asked
if
questions when I said up front, let's be quick, but no, that's good.
Oh no,
Okay,
no,
so over to
that's
you. Yep.
it's
No,
good.
no, all good. Yeah, no worries. So you know that's one of the other things that you do get with us. You know, both Jeff and Ian is we're here to continually improve the service, and anything that you need, we're going to find a way to deliver that. Obviously, if it's possible, you know, we'll do everything that we can to deliver it in the way that you want it. You know, we always try to use technology to make everything easier, simpler. You know, I'm obviously going to run through the CRM shortly so that Jeff can see, but you know, Ian, as you know, it's to us, that's just a tool that you can use to your advantage to make things quicker and easier for you and for your prospects as well. And we use that for ourselves, you know, for people coming on board. We definitely use technology wherever we can. So, I mean, Jeff, I guess, is this like a complete, you don't really know what I'm about to show you, or kind of how much of an understanding do you have?
I think I know what you're going to show. Yeah, and yeah, I'm interested to see. I think the main thing with us is drop off. I think we do reach quite a lot of people and get them initially interested, but I think they drop off at various stages before they get to us, and some of it is like what you've mentioned, there, just the kind of complexity of it as well. I think, as you know, kind of with something like this, I think they might they might potentially be interested. They might think it's too difficult with the first company they look at. They might then kind of go to someone else and realize, okay, this is actually just complicated in general. I'll kind of stay with the next ones. So I think so. We're finding that a bit as well. That in some ways, our marketing spend is kind of helping competitors. We're kind of priming them almost, and then they go somewhere else. So there's a few kind of issues. I think, yeah, we want to try and just capture as many as possible and not let them go anywhere else, which is kind of what you were talking about
Yeah,
there.
so I mean, there's a few different ways that we can do that. Obviously, you know, creating some kind of a step-by-step guide. We can actually help you to create a funnel where it's like click through to the next one, it shows you the next video, like which is basically this training course feature within the CRM. You can create all of that kind of stuff where it kind of ticks it off once they've done it. So that kind of step-by-step guide, I haven't seen anyone do it before. I think that's a great idea, Ian. I think, you know, it would definitely help with the conversion rate. The other thing is, you know, understanding that it takes quite a few touch points. You know, they say on average it's 14 touch points before someone makes a purchase decision, and that comes in the form of once you have their details. Obviously, you know, they might see your ad a couple of times, then you get their details, then text messages, phone calls. Then, you know, we would be setting up a nurture sequence, right? So for anyone that we have a call with who doesn't go ahead right away, they go straight into a nurture sequence and they start to receive. You know, I'm hoping that we won't have to put you guys in that one because we're hoping to be able to close this one off pretty quickly. But you know, you'll receive emails from us that's just we've created it all at once, and then it just goes through, you know, testimonials, like how it works, just continually showing you what we do, how we do it, why it's great, why we should work together. And that, I'm not sure if you have an existing kind of, I mean, that's something we'd love to work with you on, is to create a nurturing flow consisting of emails, text messages, you know, so that you're always there. We also retarget. So, you know, once someone comes through, we actually put them into a retargeting audience automatically via the CRM. It links back into Facebook, puts them into this audience, and we can just have a very small budget there that continually like hammering those people. Hey, we're here. Hey, we're here. Hey, we're here. They're seeing ads. They're seeing emails. They're seeing text messages. They're getting phone calls. It's like that's absolutely. We're basically bringing them into this ecosystem that we've created, and guiding them towards that purchase with us. But yeah, look, you're never going to get everyone, and there's a lot of different businesses, you know, selling the same product basically. So, you know, a lot of it comes down, you know, down to exactly what you said, who gets them at the right time. But you want to maximize your chances of getting them back to you. And that's why the CRM is such an important part of what we do is, you know, we have people in our own nurture sequences and we'll go back and see if they've opened our emails, and then we might just give them a call and just say like, hey, just calling from Lead Summit, just wanted to see if you had a chance to think, oh, I saw an email from you. And those just kind of sales tactics, and a combination of your team's kind of drive to sell, and then the technology's ability to just keep people as warm as possible, and warm them up even further. And I'm going to obviously run through it, but I don't know if Ian might have told you that we've linked in ChatGPT to try to help, and just all these different things that we're doing to attempt to help you guys to close as many deals as possible.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a retargeting campaign with Meta. I think what we used to do is we didn't have as many mandatory kind of requirements to get a lead, and then what we did was try and kind of send out lots of different SMSs and emails to those customers that were really kind of cold leads, really, and try and get them sort of to invest. Whereas in the moment now, because we've got a smaller sales team, we kind of filter them before we get their details. So it has made it a bit more difficult to for those kind of retargeting campaigns. Really, we're doing it based on just kind of Facebook, really. So they haven't actually kind of given us any of their details. It's apart from we know like that they've seen the ad and clicked on it, but we don't have like their email address or phone number or anything. So yeah, that's definitely something that would be good if we could retarget them more at that initial stage.
So what you can actually, I'm sure you've seen these before, but what you can do is you can actually make a new ad creative that's basically saying, I know that you've filled out your inquiry, like as in, not in those exact words, but you've filled out your inquiry with us, and click here to see the step-by-step guide to filling out your paperwork, making your SolarVic rebate super easy so you can get your system installed, et cetera, et cetera. Like there's a lot of different things that we can do to try to maximize the conversion rate, and that's part of what our partnership will entail, is us sitting down together and continually trying to improve things, and finding out from you information like what you've just told me, and that's our job, is to solve those problems as best we can. And so I think what I might do now, Jeff, is jump into the CRM. So just to kind of show you through it, show you exactly kind of how it works. Then we'll go from there. So I think Zoho is what you're currently using. Is that right, Jeff? Yeah. And Zoho is great, to be honest. This platform can link into Zoho. So as I was saying to Ian, like we never ask anyone to just make a full transition immediately, if at all. Like, it's totally up to you guys where you want to spend have your data stored. We only work within this system. So if you want to use Zoho, we can just send it back. And then if you decide that you like it, you can, gradually over time, you can move over to this CRM system. So, like a lot of different CRMs, obviously a pipeline, we want to know where anyone is at any particular kind of point in the sales cycle. You can obviously look, these are live accounts. So you can call, I'm going to show you the conversation section in a minute, because I'm not sure if Zoho does have all of the features that ours does. But all of your communication from phone calls, you can record them. You can have all your text messages, WhatsApp messages, emails, Facebook, Instagram, just all of that, all the different kind of touch points you would have, all in the one conversation section. Obviously tags and things like that. You can see there it said autopilot SMS. So I'm going to show you through exactly how the bot works. I'm going to show you some live examples, adding notes, tasks, and, we have a full appointment booking system here where, most of our clients will have a phone appointment calendar, in-home appointment calendar, and a job booking calendar. We're always trying to schedule you with callbacks. Like that's really what we want to do. Schedule in with callbacks. You just select the calendar, the date, the time, and then these will automatically populate, book the appointment. You and the client will receive confirmation reminders, just same as most calendar booking systems, but it's all built in here, which is great. We do, with a lot of our clients, help with the follow-up. I don't know, maybe you do or don't already have that yourself, but to show you an example, these guys are actually doing hot water, and I won't do it, but once if I drag that into quote sent awaiting approval, then the automation kicks in and it does then follow up 24 hours later. And we can then, if you wanted, we can continue to follow up as much or as little as you want. In my opinion, you just continue kind of following up. Like, you want to be top of mind. Yeah, maybe you'll upset a few people here and there, but that's why you continually running ads, continually refresh your database, because people are coming in and people are going out. A lot of people might say, stop, don't message me anymore. That's all good. No worries, but a lot will end up going ahead. So, whenever someone goes into that pipeline stage, wait a day, they get the text message follow up. They wait another few minutes, they get an email follow up as well. And we can continue that as long as you want. We can do that over days, weeks, months, years. Like, just keep get in touch until they either reply or until they say stop. So just to kind of show you through the conversation section and show you that bot. Here we go. I can tell straight away when it's the bot. Like, I know exactly the way it talks.
Is that like 3 a.m.?
Yeah, so see, 3:32 a.m. That's a perfect example. This morning at 3:32 a.m. So you can see here, that's the little green thing. So we know that they've opened the email. So here they get their email straight. So if I'm looking at this, I go, they've opened our email. Okay, have they scheduled? We also ask them to schedule a callback. And then at 3:32, the bots texted them, this is they're doing aircon, these guys. Thanks so much for submitting your inquiry with HQ Services. Can you please confirm if you need a quote for a split system or a ducted AC system? And then 3 minutes later, this person's replied, split, fully installed,
Sleepless
please.
nights
Great.
about hot water systems.
Yeah. So it's like, then it's just talking to this person at 3 a.m. I have no idea what this person's doing. Back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. And then it basically hands it over. So, here's just everyone basically talks to the bot, right? So these guys, then it hands it over and says, someone from the team will call you. We can get it to schedule in a call if you want. Every single one of these is talking to a bot. They feel like they're getting taken care of, right?
Yeah.
It's, but at the end of the day, your team needs to jump in, it's sending like through plans and things like that. Like it is really good, mate. It does a great job. So, we actually give it like a job description. So we use Zapier. I'm sure you've heard of Zapier before to link it in with ChatGPT, obviously some technical stuff, and we give it a job description. Ian's probably heard this a couple of times now, but in this case, as you said, like, everyone's qualified based on whatever you want. Some of our girls will want it, they're the homeowner, home value under 3 million, combined household income under 210K,
Yep.
Existing system, blah blah blah, all that stuff. So they'll only come through, as if they're qualified. So here we'll let the bot know this prospect has qualified based on questions they've already answered. Your role is to schedule them in for a time for our team to call them back. You're an intelligent, well-educated and friendly individual. Maintain a natural, empathetic and friendly conversation style. Be concise, connect personally, ask only one qualifying question per interaction, formatted as a yes/no question to encourage a response. So in this case here, we just want to confirm again, these are your correct details. So we'll just say, can you confirm that you're the homeowner? To determine the total rebate you qualify for under the VEU, we might need to perform a quick and free in-home inspection. Will that be okay with you? We ask them their suburb. We usually don't really want to ask them their full address. We can, but that can feel a little bit invasive. And then do mornings or afternoons usually work better for a member of our team to arrange a callback. So then, just to kind of show you the calendar. So it's like, we're always trying to get you in. These are just callbacks that have been scheduled in automatically, right? Again, it's not a guaranteed sale, but it is a lot more likely. They're showing a lot more intent when they themselves are getting themselves booked in. And they also then feel like, all right, I'm being taken care of by this company and can stop the search. Because, mate, as I was saying to Ian, there's going to be lots of other people advertising. That's just a part of it, especially with door knocking and with the ban on cold calling for the VEU. So you want to have a seat at the table, and we want to do everything that we can to make sure that you hold that seat at the table and that you can actually, hopefully convert that person into a paying client. So, we also have a full invoicing and quoting system built into the CRM. So, our guys, These guys do Icogenica, funnily enough. You know, it's just like DocuSign basically. So, you know, they send out their agreement, and they will, you know, it's a digital signature. If you want to go ahead with us, we use the same system. You'll sign, you know, a document that comes from this system. We can then actually automatically send them the invoice afterwards. You can connect up a Stripe account so that they can pay that balance, you know, electronically if they wish. Then we can obviously, you know, trigger automations that come off the back of the sending the invoice. We can do automated reminders and things like that, just to kind of show you, you know, then all of the team will be able to see. So I just kind of want to show you one of our clients that does use all the full payment features, you know, just to kind of show you how it works. So that's just the most recent person signed a document. You know, it's all recorded in the one place so that no matter who comes in to pick up that job, or, you know, continue communication with the client, they'll be able to see absolutely everything there. So, you know, these guys have obviously signed an agreement, so it'll appear here somewhere. So if I kind of go up, it'll, you know, so here they're sending out invoices. You know, the agreement would have been a little bit earlier that they sent it out, but it's, you know, everything's here all in the one place. There we go. There's the agreements. So it's like all the emails here, back and forth emails. This is the document that he signed. It's, you know, really an incredible system. We go further than that. If you complete a job with someone, we can actually send out a survey. That survey will ask them how their experience was. It will then ask them what would they rate you out of 5. Only those people who rate you a 5 out of 5 will then automatically receive a request for a Google review. So just this is what the, you know, template for the survey looks like.
Yeah.
And that's how we kind of avoid, look, no matter what, some people are not going to be happy. So we don't want to ask those people. Generally what we do is we'll say, you know, offer some kind of a prize. You can give that away once a month if you want, once a quarter, once a year, we're totally up to you. You know, and then if they click 5 out of 5, what then happens is the system will detect that. It will then, as I said, automatically send out. So here, you know, it will automatically send out that request for the Google review. Once we know that they're happy, what we then do, so, you know, it will send out the text and email asking for that review. What we then do is we'll, you know, ask them if they have anyone they want to refer. Some of our guys are paying out $50 to $100 in referral commission if that install goes ahead. So, you know, say, do you have any family, friends, or neighbors who are interested in having a unit installed? And, you know, we can even go further than that. We can then, you know, a year later or however often later, you can then automatically, you know, probably telling you stuff you already know, the CRM kind of things that pretty important these days, but we can ask them a year later, do you, you know, servicing or anything like that, to try to, you know, maximize the lifetime value of that client. And then, you know, obviously the advertising, right? Super important. So these guys are doing both air conditioning and hot water in Melbourne. Aircon, this is the hot water, heat pump hot water leads, $8.73 per lead. Again, obviously that's going to be affected by the area that you're willing to cover. Some of our guys are doing a really small area, so cost per lead is going to be higher. People are advertising different prices, as I'm sure you know. For Icogenica, we have some people installing it for $350, others doing it for $1,200. So it's like, you know, again, depending on what your price is, that will, you know, influence the cost per lead, of course. You know, the other thing that, you know, it's the messaging, the way that we frame it. You know, some of our guys are saying free hot water system. Obviously, you know, the system's free, then you pay install. Different people like different methods, different messaging. You know, we can obviously, you know, a lot of the time we like to kind of use fear as a motivator. You know, don't wait until your system's broken to fix it. We, you know, some of our clients, we're actually using kind of climate change as a driver, whatever your opinion is on that. It's definitely something that does spark interest for a lot of people. You know, using a heat pump can be a lot more environmentally friendly. energy efficient, reduce cost per, for each of your bills. I've seen the ads that you're running. The ads that you're running are not terrible, to be honest. Like I think you guys are doing a good job. I think we could definitely improve on your cost per lead. I think, the average cost per lead, I think, McLean was saying was maybe triple what we're getting for our clients. We'd aim to reduce that, to hopefully factor in the costs that we charge and also help you to improve your conversion rate as well. So it's a basic overview.
Yeah, no, thanks for that. It's funny you mentioned the request for like a grade out of 5, and then you send them the question. That's how I bumped our score up. I did a bulk SMS just asking people to rate us out of 5, and yeah, just manually the ones that said we were 4 or 5. I then sent them the link to Google product review, I think, back in the day.
Yeah,
So it's good that it's automated.
It's a nice little tactic. Like, I mean, it's funny that you did it because I thought I came up with that myself. I was like, no one else does this. Because like I had done in the past blast requests for a review, and then you get some people like, oh yeah, I was annoyed with that. Oh, now I remember I'm gonna go give them a bad review. So it's we want to ask you first what your thoughts are, and then we'll ask you for the review. And then also, some people want a chance to vent or whatever if they're not happy. And also, like, the feedback's really good for you guys to find out, how you can improve your service, the installations and that kind of thing. So it's always good to be getting feedback, and we like to automate that process, again, automation, so that you guys can focus on basically chasing down customers and converting them. That's what we want you guys spending your time doing.
100%.
Sorry. I was going to say just a couple of things, Daniel. And one is you can see what we're spending. That's A, you've seen our creative. B, you've got an idea what we're spending. That's fine. I know that you can't say yes, I'll deliver X in terms of ready to install leads, but I'm not asking you to give us a firm commitment to that. But at least you might directionally be able to give us some feedback. So based on what you do, and based on the sort of spend that we're doing, what have you got an indication of a range of leads that you'll be able to deliver based on that? I mean, we need to make a sort of comparison about on the cost per lead, and there's obviously additional costs that on top of that. That we've got to incur, like the guys that close it, the guy that we've got a team in the Philippines that does some stuff as well, which this may be able to reduce that cost. Just like make an apples with apples comparison as best as possible. But it would be good to, if you say, look, based on your current spend, based on what we do and our own experience, that we think we can get from 30 to 50. I'm not saying they're going to say exactly 40, but at least a range. Then we can go, okay, that'll help. That's the first question. I'm not saying give the response straight away, but it'd be good if you could. The other one is you are dealing effectively with either, when I say competitors, we may be selling our own product because we are a wholesaler, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword. We're a wholesaler as well as an installer. Now, I've worked with in days gone by when I had dark hair agencies where it was a big agency, and they dealt with your competitor in my FMCJ, so FMCG days. So they ensured that that the team A never spoke to team B, and therefore there was creative and that couldn't be shared or secrets provided. How do you manage going, geez, that's a really great idea that I've just done for based on my discussion with Jeff, to not then put that into what you do with competitor A, B, C, D?
Yeah, good question. So, to answer the first part of your question, which was, cost per lead. So let's just so as you saw, we're getting between $7 and $9 leads for our clients. But let's just say, we're going to get you $15 per lead, just to let's just be super safe. And let's say we're spending 10 grand per month, right? That's about 666 leads per month. And then let's say you're converting about 35% of those leads. So that's 233 jobs in the month. So let's say we divide that by 4 weeks, that's about 60. And that I'm kind of trying to be very conservative there. I mean, don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I don't ever want to over
No,
promise.
don't overpromise. Yeah,
Can I just
So,
jump in there before you answer the second part, because I think this is important actually, just about that. Let me just show you this, because the cost per lead is I'm trying to, where is this? Let me show it. Is your sharing screen? Can you see my screen?
Yep.
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 Okay, you can see the, that's weird, it's showing it in a separate
The
thing.
apply now, claim your hot water rebate.
Yeah, that's the one. So
Yep.
so this is really important when we talk about cost per lead, because our cost per lead at the moment is high because we have a mandatory requirement for images. So someone who doesn't add images isn't a lead. So it's a massive like filter before it comes through to us. If we remove that, then our cost per lead drops dramatically. So I think what we need to be asking as well is, if we keep this here, then then what will happen with the cost? Are you still as confident that we can reduce that cost per lead? Bearing in mind we'll have that massive drop off. And
yeah.
do other
So,
companies have you worked with companies that require that much
look,
information before they're a lead?
generally what we like to do is we like to get your details first and then put you into the nurturing sequence. And a bunch of our guys have actually put the bot to basically ask for
Awesome, yep.
images.
Yeah.
We like to flip it the other way around, because, from my point of view, it's like if I'm just sitting on the couch and I'm like, well, I don't have a picture of I can't be bothered. Like, some people
Yeah,
are
exactly.
lazy. They're that lazy. And, you know, I'm a salesperson, right? I have backed myself to sell. I'm just like, give me your name, email, and phone number. Like, that's all we ask is name, email, phone number, and obviously, the company name. And I back selling. That's my I spent over a decade in corporate sales, and that's kind of the approach that I always like to encourage my clients to take as well. Is like, of course, the more information you ask, the less leads that will come through, but the more highly qualified they're going to be. But you're going to lose a bunch of people who would have converted, but just didn't, because they're like, right now I just have to go get it on my phone. So it's like I'd have to close the ad, go take a picture, come back, hope that I didn't like close the app and it's still there. And it's like, wait, who was it again? Like, that was asking for that. So in my opinion, right, it's better to ask for that specific piece of information after. But obviously, like if they didn't submit it, then your retargeting should keep at them. But what's happening then is, as you said, other people, because now they know that hot water's of interest to them. Everyone else is going to swoop in and kind of steal that lead, I guess.
We paid their advertising for them, really, for other companies. Yeah.
So my potential recommendation would be to split this funnel. So have the first part where you ask that other information, and then the second part, once they submit that, then they can flow through to the next stage of the funnel, which is like add these extra details. We like to do that with a bot where they kind of think that they're talking to a human being, and they're like, oh, okay, I can do that. I can just send it by text message. That, as you saw, it all appears there in the conversation section. So yeah, we strongly encourage people to do that for that reason. Back the ecosystem that you've created. Make sure you create a great ecosystem that's kind of pushing everyone towards giving you that information, and back your sales team. But yeah, so absolutely, Jeff, that's a very, very good point to bring up. Is you would increase your cost per lead if you took that out. What my recommendation would be is to split that funnel into or to so and then the second part of your question, Ian, is you are of course we are going to be bringing years and years of experience to you guys. Everything that we've built here is we've kind of been building on it over the years, but everything is very, very confidential, right? In terms of the the system that we create with you, we're not going to go and recreate that exact same system with someone else. But at the same time, like, we don't want to reinvent the wheel with you guys coming on board going, all right, we're not going to use any of the experience that we've brought from other clients over to you. We are going to definitely use what we know works. And definitely you would be a large client for us. So I would actually be happy to, if we work with you to create certain things, I'd be happy to say, hey, if you want us to sign an NDA or whatever, to say we're not going to use this for a period of time with anybody else. Obviously, we will be helping to create it. We'll be using our own input. We'll be, inputting into how we can make it better. So, would be happy to say, this is yours. Like, let's say, for example, that, step-by-step guide, if we create that for you guys, we'd be happy to say, look, we're not going to use this for any of our other clients for a period of time. And, the other, to kind of put it bluntly, people are going to see it and then they're going to go, I'm going to do this. Like, there's no, like, you're not really going to have any protection. Man, we see, it's so crazy. Like, Cody and I saw recently, someone copied our ad,
literally
changed the logo, and we were like, fuck, they're not even take some inspiration.
Yeah, it's a serious form of flattery, but yeah, you just get
pissed. But it's not, like, you really can't completely stop it, but what you can do is continually be evolving. I always say to, like, I am very open with what we do, with everyone. Because if you're just going to copy what I'm doing today, in 6 months' time, you're fucked, because you're just sitting there, you're not innovating. So we're continually pushing forward, like adding in the chat GPT. We want to add in an actual assistant that will call and actually have a phone conversation. Like, right now, it's not great, but we're always looking on, like, how can we make it better?
Yep.
Because there's other agencies I'm sure you've probably spoken to, and it's like, if they're copying what we're doing, then, we're going to leave you behind in 6, 12, 18 months. It's like, cool, you can copy what we did. I don't really care. That's all good, because we're always evolving. And, it's mine and Cody's brains that are the ones that are, coming up with these new concepts, and we're continually testing and trying new things. And, it's one of the things that I said to you last week, Ian, that we haven't yet done that I'd love to try with you guys would be user-generated style content. No one else is doing it for the VEU. No one. And I guarantee you, as soon as we do it, they're all going to pop up. But we're going to then continually make ours better. And they're just going to be following along, if that's what they want to do. Jeff, I'm sure maybe you do, maybe you don't know what user-generated style content. Obviously, people know when they're being advertised to. So I think really premium-looking content is great for your website. It is great for branding. It's great for, different styles of video, but people know when they're being advertised to. So what works for a lot of our other industries is user-generated style content, where it's someone that looks like your potential customer filming on an iPhone. Maybe they might have a good microphone, but that would really be it. And then kind of showing, like, hey guys, so I had this shitty old hot water system, show that. And, I actually found out that you can, under the VEU, get up to this much in rebates. We ended up getting it stored for such a cheap price, blah, 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 like, whatever price you want to advertise. And those kind of tactics are things that we'd love to test out with you guys. But again, that's something that others will follow. So that, that fear of having people copy what you do, I think we need to just go, let them copy, and we will continually innovate and move forward.
I think that's fair and reasonable. Definitely an NDA there. End of the day, I mean, people say things and they think, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have said that. NDA, at least you've signed it. So I'm not quite sure how often an NDA is now brought out and off you go to court, but at least it's more a sign of good faith than anything else that we are signing this, that we are going to respect the relationship, and there'll be things that we don't talk about. All right, okay. What are the next steps from here? Do you want to? Is there some sort of little package you can send through to Jeff, some costs, etc.? What the steps are, how we would set it up, and then Jeff, what we'll do is Jeff and I have a chat. But speaking out loud, Jeff, I mean, I'm sure you've got some additional thoughts that you may want to go back. If you could just send Daniel and Cody, just send your contact details back to Jeff straight after this. So he's got your mobile and emails. That'd be great. Jeff and I have a quick chat. I am certainly, be upfront. I certainly would like to trial something. Trial quick, fail fast, and move on. So let's just see what works out. But let's get some of the at least the pragmatic, practical things out of the way, and how we can set it up. And Jeff and I just need to work out, because my finance CFO will kill me for spending extra money. But anyway, we'll work out a way to overcome that. And there may be some questions we've come back in terms of the cost per lead comparison, just so it's an apples with apples. And that's what Jeff said is, we've gone from spending, you might look at our bar chart of leads over the last 16 weeks and go, Jesus, the number of leads has dropped. Well, that's because we've tried to clean up the tire kickers. And to Jeff's, maybe touched on it briefly, we had a internal team of 14 people thereabouts, all Australian based, and it was just for a number of reasons we scaled that right back, and then went back to using third-party sales agents, and we've got a couple of our dedicated internal guys on the phone. We've got to get the happy medium, because the Philippine-based people, they're okay, but there still appears to be, whether we like it or not, pushback because of the accent or the non-Australian approach.
Yeah, I will definitely agree with that.
Yeah, and I think, again, that's, in all honesty, personally, I believe that will increase. Sample size of one is my father, who is 90, and he's very computer literate. He's involved in a whole lot of, he's in the Masonic Lodge and does a whole lot of stuff there, and does books for a whole lot, even at 90, and nothing pisses him off more than someone, he just loses it. Because he can't understand, maybe because he's slightly deaf, he's not being racially prejudiced. He just, you guys put an Australian person on, which is maybe can be taken the wrong way, but it's more so, to your point, user-generated contact. If you're going to have someone that is in the 25 to 30 female and does that, then you're going to sort of align yourself with that, not some grey-haired old guy like me talking to them. So it's the same thing. You work that way. Anyway, enough of me talking. If you send all that through, we'll come back to you pretty quick. Yep. So how long does it take to get everything set up? If we were to say, yep, and what would you need? If you send through the shopping list, we need email address, we need the 1300 number, we need this, etc. We need images. Well, just tell us what you need, so that we can say, yep, we're going to go ahead, and how quickly we could do it, because we will need to run it in alignment with our existing, because I can't afford to lose what we've got coming in right now.
Yes.
And the only other thing too is, is it possible, part of it, it may be we do an add-on for an air conditioning company that we're working with as well. That would be phase 2. If this works, we'd phase that across, but that may be that in the initial, when you're securing consent, it may be that you secure consent for other energy saving devices, or what the appropriate terminology is. Yeah. So that we can go back. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, of course, Ian. No, that's totally fine. As far as getting everything set up, we're very quick, we're very streamlined. Obviously, we've got the system dialed in. So pretty much I would go ahead and once everything's, kind of sorted, with the agreement and that, I basically go ahead, send you an onboarding survey. It takes about 3 minutes to fill out, some company details, some obviously banners, logos, email signatures, all that kind of stuff. And then once we get that, we create the account, we jump on an onboarding call. Obviously, there's 2 parts. My apologies, I'm working from home.
Yeah, chat GPT thing, I think, and the user generated content, I think, are big things for me. I think it all looks good, but yeah, those are the main ones, I'd say.
Yep.
Yeah, no problem. Right. Well, I mean, yeah, in terms of we have some templates and things for the agreements, and then also the invoicing is it's all quite standard.
So, and how does the invoicing work? Do you take online payments? Do you a full payment or a deposit or something?
You can do both. So you connect up a Stripe account. So Stripe is the main provider that connects in via the CRM. And it's like, I'll actually just show you what the invoices look like. It's, similar to any other invoice you'd ever see. So let's see, these guys always sending out invoices. Let's see. Actually, let's go back. Yeah, they are very, very kind of standard invoices. So that's kind of what it looks like there. These guys have put a lot of terms and conditions and stuff down below, but it's just like that. It's super easy to do. You just kind of like create a new invoice. You can then, you know, just select the customer and your template's all there.
Okay, good.
We can, you know, these guys haven't integrated Stripe because they don't want to pay obviously, you know, when you take electronic payments, there's a fee. They don't want to use that, but, you know, we use it. So we use it ourselves. As I said before, you know, with the agreements, like if someone signs your agreement, then you can actually automatically send out the invoice. So once it's signed, the invoice goes straight to them. So yeah, it's super simple. Yeah. So in terms of like kind of next steps, yeah, as Cody was saying, we send you over the survey, fill that out. We then book in the onboarding. There's basically two parts to the onboarding. There is the meta onboarding. You invite us as a partner to the account. And then there's the CRM onboarding where we just connect up a few different things, and then we have to go away and build out that takes a day or two. You know, we'll discuss with you obviously what we want to do with regards to creative, depending on complexity of that. Obviously our designer will go up ahead and create that. You know, the videos do take significantly more time, but you know, because we'll have to go out and scout people and, you know, write scripts, have it recorded, editing, all that kind of thing. So yeah, it's so if you know, just to relaunch your existing campaign, you know, if we would make some different versions of your creative based on, you know, what we know works for us, maybe we would then trial doing, maybe with some of your existing campaigns, maybe we would trial just doing the Facebook form that doesn't require the image, and then bringing them through the funnel.
Just do some A/B scenarios. Yep.
Exactly. So
okay.
You know, as we spoke about last time, Ian, there is no way that I would ever just switch all this stuff off. It would be a gradual, let's test things out. Let's see how we go. Let's see how the system works. Let's see how your team likes it. And then, you know, if it all's good and well, we then, you know, start to gradually move over, and then we kind of scale it.
All right. Well, that's great. So I'll let you get all that stuff to Jeff. Jeff and I'll have a chat. I've got a full day, so I'll exit in a minute. But really appreciate that guys. It's a real good food for thought. And it would certainly free up some of Jeff's time. How we work with Zoho, we use Zoho for some other things. We may. I mean, don't have two CRM. Just one last thing. If we were to exit after a period of time, the data and contacts is ours, isn't it? All those names.
Correct. Yeah. Everything.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. What we can actually do is we can actually eject that account. So if you wanted to keep the CRM, you can just continue using the CRM if you didn't want to use our services. Otherwise, yeah, of course, that data is all yours. Definitely. So, you know, the CRM is yours. Again, you don't have to keep that account after you leave. You can if you want. Some of our clients do, some of our clients don't. Totally up to you. But yes, and that's part of the agreement that you end up signing is, you know, there's a part there to protect you so that you're comfortable. All of the information, all of the data, everything is yours. We will not touch it. You know, we hand it off as it stands. It's, you know, all there in the agreement as well.
Excellent. All right. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Chad.
Next, another large operator, aircon, hot water, heat pump, solar, $2,500 per month. First one where we didn't actually push the sale. Call winds down and no ask. They signed 2 days later, and you'll see exactly where the question should have come.
Hello, guys. Good afternoon.
What's going on, Juan? How are you?
Cody, and my director, Michael.
Hi, Cody. How are you?
Good, Michael. What's going on? How's your day been?
Good, man. How's yours?
Very good. Busy, but can't complain. This is Daniel. Sorry?
Hi, Daniel. How are you?
Yeah,
Daniel,
really good, man. Yeah, good. Thank you. Where are you guys from?
Originally, or where are we based?
Where are we based?
Originally.
Originally, it's part of the world, man. One country in the world. Originally from Egypt, man, and Sebastian originally from Colombia, but we're based in Melbourne.
Nice. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, well, I'm based in Sydney, and Cody's in Queensland.
Oh, great! So we're covering the whole states, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah, really excited to have you guys here. So
it's interesting
you, Michael,
to start with that you guys operating from Sydney and Queensland, and you advertising for Melbourne. or
Yeah,
Victoria?
correct.
Yeah. I mean, we advertise Australia wide, but like the last sort of 6 months, we've really been dialed in on Victoria because obviously all the rebates and the door knocking ban, the cold calling ban, a lot of people are struggling, and then a lot of marketing agencies like us are also struggling to get results. But we've found a way to deliver excellent results. So I think we're just pushing through.
Tell us a little bit about Lead Summit or your company, guys. So you guys look like a fresh young blood and thinking more AI, thinking more intelligent, thinking more active. So tell us a little bit.
Yeah, man. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll take it, Cody. Yeah, so we've been working in the agency space for like about 7 years now, and in HVAC for about 5 now. And so we work with HVAC companies nationally, and as Cody just mentioned, we've really focused in on Victoria over the last 12 months or so, and especially in the last few months since the ban on door knocking and cold calling. It's just companies are kind of scrambling as to how to kind of generate their leads. And we've built a system here that is really tailored towards the VEU, and helping you not only to generate leads but also convert those leads into paying clients. So when we first started, it was kind of like it was a very different world back then. People would send you leads in a spreadsheet, and then kind of say, well, good luck, guys, hope that you convert that lead. And over the last 3-4 years, we've really have started to expand our services and use technology to our advantage, right? So the name of the game is to collect people's data. Obviously, what we want to do is run ads. People who are interested, they submit their inquiry, but then it's quite a big purchase decision depending on what you're selling. So with, let's say, solar and air conditioning and hot water, it's anywhere from 1,500 up to 10 grand or more to have something installed. And so that's a really big purchase decision. Okay. And so not everyone's going to convert right away. It's not an impulse buy. It's not $20. It's not $50 or even $100. It takes time to make that decision. And so we know that you need to nurture people through that process, right? And since a long time, everyone wants your name, email, and phone number. So if you go and purchase something from a retail store, they'll go, oh, can I grab your email? 5% discount or whatever it is. Grab your phone number. That's because they want to put you into their nurturing sequences, whether it's email, text message, both. They want to have that direct line of communication with you so that they can show you who they are, what they do, why they're great, and why you should spend money with them, right? And in the past, it was just big companies that would do that, and it would cost tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars to build out these systems to nurture people. But we've actually now managed to bring that to small and medium sized businesses, and we're really proud to do that in an affordable way as well. So what I'm going to run you through today, and obviously I'd love to know a little bit more about you guys shortly. But what I'm going to run you through is 90% of what I'm going to talk about is going to be showing what we do once we generate the lead, how we actually nurture that lead, how we actually encourage them to purchase, how we can actually deliver you these systems that will help you guys to maximize your conversion rate. And not just that, actually maximizing the lifetime value of your clients, right? And technology is a huge part of that, and implementing AI into that as well. ChatGPT really has revolutionized things. They're not going to take over, but it is making our jobs a lot easier, and allowing you to provide a much better service to your clients, or potential clients, and to maximize again that conversion rate. So yeah, look, that's a little bit about us. I mean, yeah, was there any other questions there?
No. I would love you to take us through the process of what you guys are. You guys working with other competitors as well in Victoria, I would say.
Correct. Yeah, we work with quite a lot.
So
there is over
how many? Quite a lot, we saying.
about 30.
30 competitors.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's your lead subsidies on that? Like 30 competitors, you run through different keywords,
Yeah.
or
Look, I'm gonna talk you through all of
Yeah.
that in a moment. So just to let you know, like that's a drop in the ocean when it comes to the number of total suppliers out there. Like there's over 3 million homes in Victoria that qualify for the rebates, right? No one's
exactly.
going to be able to get to all of them. And, you know, as I'm going to show you in a minute, like there's so many leads out there that you're going to think that you want more leads, but it's hard to handle the number of leads that are out there, right? So yeah, we work with, as I said, it's like a drop in the ocean when it comes to the total number. It's just Cody and I, so it's not like we can't really take on many more. And you know, it is a really, really comprehensive service. So I'll kind of will show you through all of that in a second. So are you, Michael, the owner of?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So what there's and Juan, are you you're also a partner there, or you're, I think,
Yeah, I'm
sales
a
manager?
national head of sales. I'm
Yeah,
in charge
awesome.
for the commercial sales, and I
Anything to do with sales.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm an engineer as well, so I handle all the
Technical.
solar inquiries and all the technical side of it. We work with large scale projects too, so I'm a solar designer as well. Uh, project management too, project manager. That's what we do. Yeah.
yeah, man, that sounds like a big role. I hope Michael's you know, paying you well, because that's a lot of work, man. Are you guys, so you're operating not just in Victoria, you're operating nationally?
We operate national industrial.
Yeah, awesome. So you know, are you working just with the rebates nationally, or you're doing, you know, installs
Yeah, we
for?
are accredited, fully accredited in Victoria and partially accredited in New South Wales. So in New South Wales, we're accredited in lighting, we're accredited in heat pumps, and in Victoria, we're accredited in 12 activities. So lighting, commercial lighting, heat pumps, residential, commercial, heating and cooling, solar energy retail. So we do the whole electrification bundle.
Excellent, excellent. That's great, because, you know, we have a lot of clients who are, you know, upselling. So basically, you get there, maybe you're talking about a heat pump, you can talk about air conditioning, solar, like,
We talk
and you
about
can
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
yeah. And you know, are you guys doing, obviously there's the smaller products like door seals, you know, air conditioning vents, you know, shower heads and that kind of thing, or do you steer clear of that?
Mainly the big options. We are accredited in shower heads, we are accredited in fan seals and all that. But again, the idea is to electrify homes, and the idea is because we are accredited and we have our full in-house installation team as well. So that's what makes us different than any other
Mm.
competitors. Because most of competitors, they outsource everything, or mainly electrical. But we do not do that, and we have our own installer that do that as well.
Yeah,
So,
excellent.
so this is the idea, and being accredited into the rebate programs and all that give us more space with the client to speak, to say, hey, we're not just selling you off and we're leaving. No, we're sticking.
Yeah.
We're trying to create a sticky customer mentality or psychology. So sticky
Yeah.
customers, the right customer will always come to, I promise.
Yeah. That's look, obviously we work with a range of different clients. We work with some who are literally they're just doing this so they can close deals and hand it off to others. And then we have, you know, some clients that are, you know, they're end to end, just like you guys. So yeah, that's awesome. You know, I think it's better to be able to provide that service like what you guys do. You know, I think there's probably some people who, you know, the install happens and then there's no support if something, you know,
Yeah, the thing
breaks
is, we're
down
one
or.
of the oldest in the industry. We're one of the oldest in the industry, so one of the expert. And on top of that, we've definitely been expanding our marketing arms to from SEO, website development, social media, whatnot, and of course we approaching you guys to check with the lead generation model is. So definitely we're expanding all our arms. But put in mind as well before we go any further, gentlemen, that we've had experiences before with similar approaches. We've had experience before with lead generation promising us a word and nothing is. So definitely conversion rate matters. Definitely, as you said, not just lead generating is actually a kind of a potential lead. So just put in consideration the experiences that we've been facing. We've been in the market for over 12 years. So
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, that's something that you know, probably similar from both of our ends, that there's other people in the market who have damaged the reputation, I guess. And you know, that's why we actually focus on, as I said, 90% of what I'm going to show you here is nothing to do with the actual leads in terms of like the ads or anything like that. It's all about how do we help you to maximize that conversion rate.
yeah.
And you know, I guess I might. Is there one thing that's kind of a priority for you in regards to the leads that you want to generate? Like what type of installs you want to get?
we To be honest, we definitely emphasizing on the heat pump on the heating and cooling. Sorry, so heating and cooling mainly ducted gas to
Yep.
multi-system or split
Perfect.
or ducted. So this
What do
is
you?
mainly, and from this door we can open the other doors for heat pump and solar solutions. The main idea is to electrify, as I said, the whole home. So how we can do that? We, as you said earlier, some of this installation can go up to $11,000 after the rebate, or 12 or 15, depends on the product, depends on the quality of product and all that stuff. Saying that, we have our finance partners that help customers to finance their total amount. So we go from $150 a fortnight, you can electrify your whole home. Like.
Yeah, awesome.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, that's great. And the fact that you want to focus in on air conditioning is great, because that's the performance that we're getting for air conditioning right now is incredible, right?
Plus summer is coming, so yeah, we want
Yeah.
to talk to those pain points and clients. They want to cool their houses. They want to have a system ready for the summer, which is going to be really hot.
Yep.
That's what I've been reading in the news. So if we act now, we focus on heating and cooling. I think we can get good results from there. But ideally, we want to keep it even in heating and cooling, heat pumps and solar as well. We don't want to leave anything
Yeah. No,
below the
totally. No,
other,
I
if that
understand.
makes sense.
Yep.
Because yeah, I can handle all the solar. I've been doing that for the last 5 years. And then the heat pumps, we have a guy that has been selling heat pumps for 3 years, probably more, no? Like 6 years. He's an expert selling heat pumps, and then we'll handle the heating and cooling leads as well. But that
Perfect.
could be the entry point. Yeah, heating and cooling. I think that's booming now. You
Mhm.
guys must know better than us
Yeah,
what's
I would
booming now.
definitely agree with that. I would agree. Look, it's Aussie homes are built shit. Let's just kind of be upfront. Like,
Yeah,
insulation's
yeah,
really poor.
100%.
If the temperature's below 20 degrees, it's freezing, and if it's above 20 degrees, it's boiling inside the home. Like, it's just, yeah. And there's so many people that need it, and it's really affordable, and especially with the rebates, it's very, very affordable. So that's actually the performance that we get on that, and comparing it with the returns that our clients are getting, per install. Yeah, so that's actually perfect. So I'll definitely show you through all of that. So just one last question: do you guys use a CRM system already?
Yeah,
Which one?
that's the full.
Dataforce. Okay, no problem. Awesome. Well, yeah, we've got a CRM system that I'm gonna show you through, and that's exactly what is gonna help us to get you to convert more of those leads into paying clients. So yeah, just obviously was having a look at your website. Everything looks amazing. Looks really good. Definitely looks like you've got a great SEO strategy, which is awesome. So, something that I would mention is I would love to see more Google reviews here. Obviously, social proof is a huge factor these days. People are now putting in as much research into, like, $1,000 purchase as what they would have, 10 years ago, into like a $50,000 purchase. And, seeing Google reviews, I think about my own behavior. I always check, whenever there's a service that I'm going to go ahead with, even if it's like a restaurant or something, I'm jumping on and I'm checking it out, right? So, look, every single lead that we generate for you will flow into a pipeline just like this one, right? And it's really important. I'm sure you guys are, organized with your sales approach, and we just want to build on that, on what you're already doing, right? And data is the most valuable commodity in the world. It's more valuable than oil or gold because you can make more money from it, right? That's why Instagram, Facebook, Google are free to use. They want your data so they can sell you shit, right? As I said earlier, like, not everyone's going to purchase right away. So it's important to nurture people through and know where everyone is at any particular point in the sales cycle. And so, this is one of our clients that does air conditioning. They've been with us for just over a month. They haven't updated the pipeline, annoyingly. Cody just got off a call with them yesterday. They're actually at $170,000 now in cash collected, which is really, really cool, right? So as I said, all the leads flow in here. You can move them around however you want. And this is a live account, right? So you can do most of the things that you'll want to do from the system, directly here in the pipeline section. If I click call, it will call that person, so I won't do that right now. If I click view conversations, and I will do that in a second, it'll go through and show you all of the history with this client, from phone calls, which you can record, text messages, WhatsApp messages, emails, Instagram, Facebook, Google reviews, invoicing, quoting, everything's there in that system, right? I understand you already have a CRM data force that you're using. A lot of our clients will give this a try, and then gradually they kind of port over to it, right? So obviously we tag all of the leads. So, as you can see, it says here, autopilot SMS, right? We know that if you take longer than 5 minutes to engage with a lead, your chances of converting that lead into a paying client on average drops by 80%, which is why we actually try to plug that gap, right? Well, I guess we have plugged that gap. So if I look, this is the most recent lead. So let's go through that. Looks like there's a message here from Chun. And it's just, it's working in the background 24/7 for you, right? So as you can see, this lead was generated, well, it was 6 a.m., right? So 6 a.m. this morning. Straight away, she gets the email from the system. Thanks for submitting your inquiry. The opportunity to schedule a callback. We're always trying to schedule in either callbacks or in-home quotes for you. That just, makes it a much, much warmer lead. A lot of people, as you can see, 6 a.m., right? Some people are in bed, others are at work, others are on the toilet. They maybe are not ready to talk right away. So, straight away, the system's texted her, "Hi, Chun, thanks so much for submitting your inquiry with HQ Services. Can you please confirm if you need a quote for a split or a ducted AC system?" She wrote back at 11:30 a.m., ducted AC system. Straight away, the bot, "Great choice, Chun. Is it for a single story or a multi-story home?" Single. Straight away, "Thanks. How many outlets, how many zones?" And then she gives some information. But see, back, forth, back, forth. At this point, then it hands it back to the team, right? So,
Yeah.
it is really, really an excellent system that we've got here that is allowing, and this guy, look, 2:09 a.m. That's crazy. I don't know what Peter Tsagaris is doing, but, here, well, he first submitted his inquiry here at 1:26 a.m. He needs a split system. So 1:45 in the morning, he's going back and forth here with the bot, right? And then it hands it back to the team. So it's example after example. That's, as you can see, there's a structure to the way that we've
That's
written.
That's really good. Yeah, it's good.
Here at 6 p.m., I'm sure, Juan, you're probably sleeping at that time. No, not sleeping, sorry. You finish work. And look, we basically give it a job description. So using a software called Zapier, we've connected in ChatGPT. This is one of our clients that's actually doing the VEU. So this is like the job description that we give it. Your role is to qualify prospects for our Victorian Energy Upgrade Installation Promotion. And actually, by the way, people only come through to you if they qualify. So for example, for a heat pump, it'd be like, are you the homeowner? Is your home's value under 3 million? Is your combined household income under 210K? All that kind of things.
Yeah.
Right. So this prospect has qualified based on questions they've already answered. Your role is to schedule them in for a time for our team to call them back. You're an intelligent, well-educated and friendly individual. Maintain a natural, empathetic and friendly conversation style. Be concise and connect personally. Ask only one qualifying question per interaction, formatted as a yes/no question to encourage a response. In this case here, we want to just make sure that the contact details are correct. So we say, "Can you confirm that you're the homeowner?" Yes. And then it'll say, "To determine the total rebate you qualify for under the VEU, we might need to perform a quick and free in-home inspection. Will that be okay?" Here we ask the suburbs. Some people say, "I want the full address," but some people are kind of like hesitant to give it over text message. Up to you, whatever you want. Then do mornings or afternoons usually work better for a member of our team to arrange a call back to discuss the next steps, right? We can adjust this however you want. It learns, right? Obviously, if it does anything you don't want it to, we then come in, update the job description. We can, obviously, however we want. We actually dumb it down. The temperature here, it's you can do between 1 and 3. We do 0.1 because we don't want it to be too clever. We just get the answers to the questions, and that's it. It can follow up with people if you want. Like if they don't reply, it can actually follow up the next day and say like, "Hey, just checking if you can get back to me," however you want, right? And so the system actually, we've added some automations as well. Actually, here's just to show you one of our clients who's doing heat pumps. These are all the callbacks that it's scheduled in for this client. I mean, Juan, I'm sure that you would have received some automations. They were like emails and text messages in the lead up to this call. Obviously, we use the same system. Yeah, we use the same system for ourselves. These are all the callbacks, right?
Yes.
Again, man, these are not like
text message, an email. 15 minutes before the meeting, I got
exactly.
another email. Yeah,
Totally.
Yeah.
So it's Look, there's no, but I'm not saying here this is a guaranteed sale, but like the fact that someone's booking in a callback, it means that they're a much more qualified prospect.
I agree,
And,
man. I've experienced that, and it's the way it is. Yeah, I agree with you,
yeah.
man. 100%.
So we can also actually follow up with, actually, let me go through first. We have a fully integrated contract and quoting system and invoicing, everything in here. I know you guys use Dataforce, so you don't have to use this if you don't want to. But we've actually built out a like, we have templates and stuff that you can use. So this is one of our clients who, this is basically what the template looks like. Hold on, let me just get the one with, so, it's like DocuSign basically. So it's a fully legally binding signable document. They can do their electronic signature. If you guys decide to come on board with us, you'll sign one of these yourselves. And, obviously we can create it exactly how, whatever template you currently use, or you can use the templates that we've got. So, of course, like, looks nice. You can add whatever you.
Is all your HVAC companies or competitors using same system? Is that right?
Not everyone uses every feature, but yes, everyone uses the same system.
Okay. And what's the conversion rate at the moment between your average of your competitors?
Yeah, it starts around 20%, to be honest. Like, like when people are getting used to the flow of leads, getting used to, at the end of the day, man, it's sales. Like, here I
So
am
start with 20%.
between
Starting at
20 and
20%.
yeah, between 20 and 35% is the average.
What's your best conversion rate?
Yeah.
What's your best
Conversion
conversion rate?
best.
Yeah, I would say probably Kieran. I don't know. There's this
Yeah, I'd
one
say
guy
probably
who's,
Kieran. I'd probably say maybe 40.
yeah,
I don't think
something
I
like
don't
that.
have the exact number, but he converts pretty much most of what comes through. He's a killer.
Yeah. And what's your cost per lead?
Yeah, we'll show you that.
I'll show you that
Yeah.
in a minute. So, I I kind of also wanted to show you through, like, obviously there's that system there. It gets sent through to them, and then, we actually have, and again, man, we can add whatever it is that you want, but these guys wanted to automate the follow-up. So, they get added to an automatic sequence once the invoice is sent, or the quote is sent, and 24
Basically,
hours
guys,
later.
it's like a HubSpot. Yeah, what you
Exactly.
have
Yeah.
Similar, yeah.
that's exactly the same. It does follow-ups automatically. It sends the
Correct.
SMS, emails, all
Yep.
that. That's
Yep.
All that.
great. We can send proposals from there, which is good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Great.
the other thing, I mean, we want to go further than that as well. So, we've actually built into it a feature here where once you've actually completed an install, what we've got is a survey. Again, we can obviously edit this survey however you want, but we basically want to know from people, what would you rate us out of 5, right? Only if they give you a 5, then they get sent automatically a request to review you on Google. And then they also automatically get sent a request for referrals. Some of our guys paid $200 cash for any successful referral. So that's how we avoid anything other than a 5-star Google review. If, man, for whatever reason, sometimes people are not happy. So we want to survey them first. And then once they give us a 5, we send them the request for the Google review. And then we actually have built in a stage here where, basically after you've completed the install, you can send them to a pipeline stage where it follows up with them in a year's time and says, like, your unit's due for servicing and cleaning and things like that. So yeah, I mean, that's like, obviously, like, I've spent all my time here talking about, what we actually do once you get, basically how we nurture the leads. Live account here. This is one of our clients who's been on board with us for a few months. This month alone, they've generated 201. This is for air conditioning, 201 leads at an average cost of $7. We have, there's just a kind of example after example. Obviously that's going to depend on the area that you cover and what your offer is. We have a range of different prices, of course. These guys have been with us for like a week, just over a week, and it's 92 leads, average cost $5.26. It's and
What's their conversion rate?
again, it's like, it's usually between that 20 and 35%. That's the average.
Yeah.
So leads are averaging between $5.
And what's your payment methods? Like how's the lead is variable?
You pay us a flat monthly fee to manage your campaigns for you, and then we're actually creating all of these ads in your ad account. So we're not
these
creating.
you own everything.
Meta account?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You
So
own
you
everything.
invite us as a partner to your Meta ad account. We create this in your branding. We act on your behalf. Like we're not generating leads for
Right.
ourselves.
That was my next question. So you actually use logo,
Yep.
branding, all
Exactly.
that.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is your
Right.
system, your ad account. You own absolutely everything. We're just a partner and we just manage it for you.
And what's the fees? What the fees are?
Yeah. So per month, $2,500 plus GST, and then whatever it is that you want to spend on ads. We recommend a minimum of $30 per day per campaign. So if you wanted to do, hot water, solar, and air conditioning, it'd be $90 a day minimum. Like some of our guys are, spending over 100 a day.
What's a part of the 2,500? Is just managing?
Yeah, so basically that's our fee to create the ad campaigns for you and manage them and optimize them.
Fancy create.
We include the
Um,
system free as part of the service because that helps us to maximize the conversion rate. You don't have to use that system if you don't want, but we strongly recommend using it because we've kind of built that system that I just shown you to help
How
you to
many annual ad campaigns part of that 250, 500?
as many as you want.
As many as we want. What do you mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, what's your ad budget? If you want to spend $1,000 a day and you want to run a bunch of different campaigns, then it's totally up to you.
So content, who put the content?
We do. So we do all the static content. So if you want video content, that would be, we'd get it quoted and obviously get that done for you. But so static images, that's mostly what we use.
Can you send us some examples so we can relate?
No, so that's one of the things that we protect as basically our IP. Our ad strategy is part of what helps us to get this, these really, really affordable cost per lead prices, and that's something that we protect until you come on board. That's basically the only thing that we don't show you is that. We did have some people in the past who literally just copied. I'm not even kidding. They just copied exactly what we showed them, and we're like, we're not doing that anymore. So if you want to jump on board, of course, you get full access to all of that. But that's the one thing that I can't show you.
And what's your time limits of knowing if this project is working or not?
Yeah, so basically, like once you jump on board, it takes about a week to get you onboarded. Then we launch your campaigns. Yeah, depending on how many you want to launch, it usually takes around about a week. And you'll start getting leads within a day or two.
If you don't get leads within the first probably 24 hours or 48 hours, there's something wrong. Like
from where? From the
launch.
onboarding?
From launch.
From launch.
Yeah.
About a week
Like
after.
if we launch, let's say we launch today, if you're not getting a lead by Thursday, there's something wrong. It hasn't happened, but yeah, like leads come in very, very quickly, thick and fast. That's been our experience. And, I think that's part of, I guess, why we've cut through the market in Victoria is, our point of difference, number one, with the system, but also, we're very dialed in with what works and what doesn't. So, we know you're trusting us, right, to get your results. We come in and we get you those results. We don't like to say, hey, it's going to take a few weeks. No. If things aren't working within the first sort of 48 hours after launch, there's something wrong. That's why you're paying us, like that's why we're able to get, I don't know other companies that are getting this low of a lead cost that are qualified, but maybe I could be wrong, but yeah.
And what's your worst case scenario with your clientele, with your partners? Like what's, if you showed us the cost per lead was $6, what was your other worst case scenario?
So we have some guys in regional Victoria and it's like between $20 and $30. So yeah, that's kind of usually the worst case.
Heating and cooling or heat pump?
That's for that's for heating and cooling. Okay. And look, there's some others who look, man, there's a lot of companies doing this. Some are charging $500, others are charging $1,500 for the exact same thing. And if your rate's really high and you're not offering anything like, for example, some guys do Ecogenica, right? Ecogenica is a really, really cheap unit. Some guys are doing it for $499 fully installed. Others are doing it for $1,500. and it's not up to us to set your pricing, but the higher your price, the higher your cost per lead is going to be. Obviously, we try to focus on other things that they can offer. You know, sometimes we're using the angle of like climate change, depending on, you know, the client. It's, you know, a lot of people are looking at electrifying their homes
Financing.
because, you know, they believe that climate change is, you know, an existential threat to the planet. So we sometimes use that messaging. Yeah, as Cody said, sometimes we might try to focus on, look, $0 up front. If their cost is really
Week,
high, we might then push them
fortnight.
towards either the fortnightly price or the monthly price.
So you guys ask us for any homework, or you guys do the whole
Yeah.
homework?
No. We get you. We do homework on the onboarding call. That's what I go through with both of you. We ask pricing, products, you know,
Oh, okay.
differentials, so then we
That's the
can go
only
away
input
and
you
create
require from
everything.
us, yeah? Like pricing, products, bundles, offers. But
Yep.
apart from that, you develop all the strategy, you're in
Yep.
charge of everything.
Gentlemen, I really appreciate all that, and I really want to get to a point. But for you to understand where is our marketing branches is at, we have
Please.
Louisa, who's our executive marketing, that she take care of all the alliances in when it comes to marketing. So we have our web developers and SEO company that is it's one of our outsourcers. We have our social media partner as well, who's currently engaged to do videos for us, like built in like videos on a monthly basis, and also contents and posts and stories and reels. Um, if you go on our Instagram or social media, you'll understand where I'm
Yep,
coming
I
from.
can see that.
This is
Yep.
already operating, and the other one is already operating, and Luisa is managing that for us. Of course, we are not getting the expected outcome as we want. That's why we said, okay, what's Lead Summit is doing, and how they can. So put in consideration that we definitely want to give you guys a go in terms of understanding that eager of okay, let's see the leads, let's see what we can do. Of course, working in sales and coming from sales background, we want to get that, but we want to minimize our risk and cost as well, because as I said, it's not the first time that we've sat with a marketing or lead generation companies. They said, "Oh, look, this is what we can do. This is, you know." So I want you to be considerable a little bit with us in terms of what the best way to get the way onboarded, and then we can work on that cost per lead. For example, I'll be very clear. If we are eating, we make everyone eat. So for example, if we say okay, so let's say that our cost is on a monthly basis 2,000, let's say 2,500. Of course, is that negotiable, or this is your?
No, it's, to be honest, it's not. It's like that for us to be able to do the job that we want to do, we're not cutting any corners or anything. We charge that fee in order to, you know, make sure that our service is really, really good.
And how many campaigns you are willing to start with? Or like, let's say if we're gonna start with Instagram and Facebook campaigns, all right?
Correct.
And you think that $30 realistically on a daily basis?
Yeah, so look, that's the minimum, right? It depends on how many leads you want. Like, you know, and again, like on your pricing, I'm not sure what your pricing is like.
How many leads will get us $30 a day on Instagram and Facebook? Let's say that we're gonna run two campaigns, $30 each.
Yeah, for one for heating and cooling and one for heat pumps.
Yes.
Yeah,
Something
so
like
I'd
that.
say, and what brands are you installing for heat pumps?
So heat pumps to install Emerald Planet and SPT,
An iStore.
Okay.
iStore.
Yeah. Yeah, and what's your starting at kind of end cost of the consumer price?
For residential,
Yeah,
we start from 18. If it's home occupier, 18.99.
18.99.
Yeah,
Yep.
inclusive
And then
GST.
what about for air conditioning? Like, what's your rough, like,
Again, with air
from
conditioning, we have many scenarios, but I start always from I think 2009 999.
2000,
If
yeah,
we change it from
2039,
ducted
yeah.
to
that's a multi-split,
yeah.
or
Yes.
that's, so then that's what, how many heads is that?
3.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So it's about
Okay.
$1,000 a head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Which is
So
really good. Yeah.
It's in the
that is
market.
really good.
Yeah.
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 So look, we have some clients that do about $8.99 a head. And look, here's the other thing is, I kind of use the example of car ad, right? $13,990, drive away, no more to pay. And then you get there and you're like, oh, it doesn't have Apple CarPlay. It's got the shitty wheels. It's like the small engine. And then you get there, no leather seats, and you get there and you get upsold. So if you want a lower cost per lead, of course we can, you know, include a potential price. Like, as I said, a lot of our guys are doing per head $899. So rather than, you know, saying it as like $299, we could do either like $999 or $899 per head. And that's definitely going to help to reduce your cost per lead.
Price, X amount of customers.
Yeah, yeah. So we might then create scarcity and urgency, saying that it's like, yeah, only for the next X number of customers, you know, spring offer only, that kind of thing. It's just kind of psychology 101. That's what big companies are doing, the exact same thing. You update based on the time of year, update on, you know, based on you know, scarcity, urgency, and that kind of thing. And yeah, so look, to answer your question, based on your pricing, definitely the pricing for air conditioning is going to get you the cost per leads that I've shown you. So somewhere between $7 and $15. And the cost per lead for heat pumps is probably going to be a little bit higher than our average. Because yeah, we have guys installing, as I said, for advertising $499. Others are advertising, you know, $1,299. So it's like that price. I'll just be upfront with you. It's a little bit higher than the average one that we see, but we can just design your ad. Some ads we literally design them like, you know JB Hi-Fi. You know, it's like this, you go there, it's just like written on paper with like a texter. That's done on purpose to make it look, come in here, get a bargain, get a deal. You know, whereas you think about like Harvey Norman and those kind of companies, it's a little bit more premium looking. Let's say David Jones, for example. We can design your ad to be in a really premium looking branding that, you know, some people want that, right? They want something, they don't want the cheap stuff, but that's just going to mean your cost per lead's a little bit higher. But hopefully your return's going to be higher than those people that are installing for that $499 type price. The Ecogenica, in a month's time, it breaks down, and you know so.
Makes sense. Do you want to show us anything else?
I mean, yeah. Like, do you have any other questions for us?
For now, to be honest, we've answered all the questions. It's just subject for us to reassess everything, because we cannot just spread our two arms with the two social companies. We already have a plan going in terms of AdWords and social media ads and all that. But it looks like you guys sound promising, and sound that I just need to have a chat with Sebastian and the team and see what can best we get done, and we get back to you, and if we can get the ball rolling. So we definitely onboarding and launching. What's the date time between onboarding and launching?
So it's about a week.
Okay, and you guys,
Worst case.
okay, and you guys saying that there is guaranteed on something, that if we don't get anything, you get money back and all that stuff.
No, so what we don't lock anyone into long-term agreements. It's a month-to-month agreement. We know that people don't leave. That's the thing, is we don't have to lock you into a 3, 6, 12-month contract. It's like, if it's working for you, you stay with us, and people just stay because it works. And so yeah, after the first month, at the end of the first month, you can let us know, I want to continue or I don't. And then from then it's only 30 days notice. That's it. So we know we're going to get you results. So we're so confident. That's why we don't lock anyone into agreements, because we know it's going to work for you, and we let the kind of results speak for themselves.
Awesome, beautiful. That's what I wanna hear. Sounds like you guys confident about it. It's all solicited leads, right? Like it's
100%.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep.
So
And
they
we
fill out
can-
an inquiry. They fill out an inquiry form. On there, we ask them whatever questions you want to know. Like, obviously, what we want to know is if, you know, for heat pumps, as I said before, that they qualify. You know, for air conditioning, some of our guys, they don't want to touch anything where there's no gas system to disconnect. Others say, I'm happy to do whatever. So obviously we go through that in the onboarding. What to you is a qualified lead? You know, some guys will say, I want to reject anything that's not currently gas. Others say, no, I still want the lead. Just tell me if it's gas or not. So it's totally up to you. These are all solicited leads. These people have clicked on an ad that's running from the I Promise Facebook and Instagram pages. They click on that ad, they see your branding, they fill out the inquiry form. The inquiry form then goes through to the system. They receive an email with your branding on it. They have the opportunity to book themselves a call, all that kind of stuff. So yes, they are all solicited.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Did I speak with Daniel or Cody or last
You
Friday?
spoke with me, Cody.
Cody.
Yeah.
It was Cody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Easy.
So
Cool,
I can
guys.
give you a buzz, whenever. I mean, how long do you
Yeah.
guys sort of need?
Sorry.
We do need
How
to have
long
a
do you
chat.
guys need?
We'll have a chat. Now we'll get back to you between today and tomorrow morning. Okay?
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Yeah,
not a
yeah,
problem.
let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
We need your
Yeah.
100% in with us if we consider everything else. And as I said
Yeah.
earlier, you look like confident,
Yeah.
so we take it from there.
Yeah, I really like what I heard at too. And if we proceed, start working together, you guys will be working directly with me. So it's just gonna
Awesome.
be us, you guys, and me. That's it.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time. Leave it with me. We'll have a chat. Come back to you as soon as possible. Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks,
Sounds great.
guys.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
We'll talk
Bye-bye.
soon.
See ya.
Ciao.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye. The third call was an aircon company focusing on the state rebates for 2K per month. Same pattern, not pushy, signed within a few days. And this time, watch for why they came back, what got built during the call, and the follow-up. Easy. Awesome, guys. Appreciate you guys jumping on. So, Rishi, a bit of background. Like, I'd just love to know a bit more about business, where you guys are at the moment. You mentioned you're doing about 25 installs a week. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And that's a mixture of
Niche.
No. That's purely for
Niche.
okay. Yep, cool. Are you doing mainly or both?
like we are doing mix of everything, and we are doing some
Niche.
on the replacements of the.
Yep.
So we are doing quite like everything which is involved under the program. We are doing all of
Perfect.
them.
Awesome. And you're obviously just looking for, a new source of leads, another system for you guys.
Sorry.
What I guess what made you book a call? You're obviously looking for more leads. Like is that
Yes, correct. So what we are just like thinking of ramping it up with different platforms,
Mhm.
so we can have more exposure in the market and more conversions we can make.
Perfect.
We have
Awesome.
consistent resource right now where we're getting the leads from and consistent of you can say sales and installations, but we want to want to grow, looking for the opportunities where we can hunt down more customers and close them with like the best deeds.
Perfect. Love it.
Gavin,
Yeah.
just sorry to cut you off. Can you just join me in the meeting, please?
Yes, I
Because
was just going to ask you about that. Someone's joined
yeah,
up.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's not
It's
a
just
problem.
me. Yeah, we'll just disconnect on the phone. I don't know
No
why.
problem. I'm just allowing that now.
Yeah.
It'll be definitely easier for you guys to do it on the
Yeah.
ground, just because you'll see our screen. That's what Daniel's going to take us. Oh, there. That's going to be a lot better. Perfect. Yeah. Well, look, Rishi, we can definitely help you guys. I think you mentioned yesterday you want to do an additional 15 installs a week. Is that right?
Yeah, 15 to 20 installs a week.
Yeah. Perfect. And how soon are you looking to achieve that?
As soon as we can get the
As soon
right
as
set
you
of
can.
appointments.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, I guess that's why we're on the call. We're definitely going to be able to help you get those additional 15 installs a week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass you to Daniel. He's just going to take you through sort of what it is that we do, how we do it, and just show you some live client accounts,
All right.
Perfect.
Yeah. Thanks again, guys, for making the time to speak with us this morning. So just to confirm, it's
Niche.
the name of the business.
Correct.
All right. Excellent. So I can see that's the one with like the green leaf. The logo?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool, perfect. I see here you've got. I'm actually just going to share my screen now. You've got a Google Business profile. I would suggest if you can just getting some customer reviews on there. There's
We have just like recently the website got built up in last 2-3 weeks back. Previously, because what we are doing, we were doing with our channel partner company, which is Opt Energy. So we were like mix and match of like all the platform were just like the creation platform was Opt Energy. We are submitting with them. So we have to switch it over to our own one. So we have done some work on this one, but still a lot of work needs to be done on
All right.
this page.
Excellent.
Yep.
All right, cool. So that's, I can see here that you've obviously got the as well. So you're just looking to grow the
Niche.
side of things, not the.
Correct.
All right,
And
no
this is a
problem.
basic one. We have not worked on this one because we are still looking aggressively to build up more valued Facebook page and our website. So that
Yep.
will be in a process of like next 2 weeks. We'll be actioning those two key things and getting some more ramping up post on these pages and some just like more featured websites altogether.
Excellent.
Yep.
Okay. Now, do you guys have a CRM system that you currently use to manage all of your leads?
Yes,
What are you using?
we do have two systems in place. One is HubSpot and one is Dataforce.
Okay, excellent. How long have you been using HubSpot for?
HubSpot for you can say 6 months now.
Okay, and you're happy with the way it all works and all that?
It's okay. It's not like as in terms of like you can say happy because it's a lot of integration. It is involved in it and a lot of processes. It's like we have to design that system basically to according to the requirement. It's not like a pre-designed system you can say. So we
Yeah,
have to
okay.
keep on integrating as per the requirements. Let's say if something new adds up, we have to integrate the system accordingly.
Yeah, okay. No, I understand. So, like it's really great that you do have a CRM system because it is, data is the most valuable commodity in the world. It's more valuable than oil or gold because you can make more money from it, right? And so we actually provide a CRM system for free as part of our service, right? And this is the CRM system. Much like HubSpot, I think, does HubSpot have like a sales pipeline that you can use?
Yep.
Yeah. So obviously, here's where we will help you to manage all of your leads. So look, just generating leads, we don't believe is that shouldn't be all that a marketing company helps you with. We are trying to help you to convert leads into paying clients, which is part of the reason why we have, custom built this to suit our clients who are all doing installs under right. So we've actually custom built it in that way. So, pretty much everything that you'd need to do, you can do from this screen. So as you can see, I can move opportunities around and, we are managing each stage of the sales pipeline here. This client's been with us, let's say
About
just
5 weeks, I think.
yeah, just over a month. And they've actually done, as you can see there, $133,000 worth of sales in air conditioning, right? So, there's a lot of opportunity out there. And we want to make sure that you are actually converting leads into paying clients, which is why it's really important that your data is well organized, right? So you can do most of the things that you'd need to do from here. I'm not going to click this call button because this is a live account. So it would actually call that person. The view conversations button, all of your text messages, emails, WhatsApp messages, Instagram messages, Facebook messages, invoicing, quoting, it can all be done from this system and it's all viewable in the view conversation section. We obviously add tags to all the leads to make sure that we can segment data later on, but can you read what that says there?
Yes.
Autopilot SMS. So what we know is that if you take longer than 5 minutes to engage with a new lead, your chances of converting that lead into a paying client drops by 80%, which is why we've actually trying to plug the gap, right? We understand you would have a sales team, but they can't always get to leads right away. So what we actually do is we've connected in ChatGPT with our system and we have it will talk to leads for you. So we actually give it a job description. So I'm just kind of go through that really quickly. So here's one for one of our clients. Your role is to qualify prospects for our Torian Energy upgrade installation promotion. This prospect has qualified based on questions they've already answered. Your role is to schedule them in for a time for our team to call them back. Because we always want to get you callbacks, because if someone schedules in a time, they're much more likely to go ahead, right? You're an intelligent, well-educated and friendly individual. Maintain a natural, empathetic and friendly conversation style. Be concise and connect personally. Ask one qualifying question per interaction. Formatted as a yes/no question to encourage a response. So in this case, the guys want to know, first of all, confirm their details. Are you the homeowner? We want to so here we ask them to determine the total rebate you qualify for under the
Niche.
we might need to perform a quick and free in-home inspection. Will that be okay with you? Then we ask their suburb, or we can ask their address. And then we ask if mornings or afternoons work better for a member of our team to call them back, right? And obviously, then we actually hand it back to your team, or we book them in for that call, right? And so just to kind of show you what that looks like live, right? Because this is a perfect example. Last night, October 22nd, 7:20 p.m., this lead came in. Straight away, hi, Edmund, thanks so much. Oh, actually, first it sends them an email. I'm sure HubSpot does a similar kind of thing. We give them the opportunity to schedule in that callback because this system has a fully integrated calendar booking system. Hi, Edmund, thanks so much for submitting your inquiry with. Can you please confirm if you need a quote for a great choice, Edmund. Is it for a single story or multi-story home? Single story, right? And then it's like, it's going back and forth and back and forth. As you can see here, this is last night again, 7 p.m. This person's going back and forth with the bot, right? So it's, as you can see, it is really, really effective at talking to people. Look here, again, 8 p.m. Back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. This person, they said that they wanted
Niche.
for upstairs, and it is really, really going to help you to push people towards that conversion because they feel like they're being taken care of, right? So here's another installation, right? And it's really important that you are keeping people engaged, right? And as I said, we're actually trying to book you in for callbacks, right? So here's this week, one of our clients that's under
Niche.
This is all the callbacks that they've had scheduled. So if I kind of go back through, they've had so many people book in for a callback because, people want to, when they fill out their inquiry, they might be at work, they might be in bed, they might be on the toilet or something like that. So, we want to allow them the opportunity to schedule in a time, speak with you and your team. And as you can see, people are scheduling them in for a time that works for them to call, to actually speak to you, right? We actually also have a fully integrated quoting system, so we can provide you with all of the templates for that. This is one of our clients that uses the templates here. So this is specifically these guys are doing, but we can do it for whatever it is that you need. So obviously, like a nice looking template, they can add whatever items they want. So you can add different products, you can add new products and things like that. So just to kind of show you how that all works. And then, maybe some terms and conditions. And then this is a signable document, right? What we can do then is automatically, once they actually sign the invoice, it will actually send them once they sign the contract, it will send them the invoice automatically, right? So it's, a really, really great way to keep everything all in one place, right? And I just kind of wanted to show you one of our clients who's, been with us for around about 12 months now. And they have been able to collect nearly $800,000 worth of cash, right? They $173,000 worth of cash collected with another 145K left to collect, right? So as you can see, like if I kind of jump through to one of these people, they're doing obviously in this case, you'll actually see that everything appears here in the chat history. So you'll be able to see that they sent the invoice here for $3,000, right? The invoice, the email's right here. You can actually view the invoice. All of that stuff's just right there in the one place. Okay. All the appointments that they've booked, as you can see here, obviously these guys have confirmed their appointment for the install. So you can see all the job bookings, the document that they've signed, right? Everything's here, as I said, all in the one place. It's a really, really, I'm spending all of my time here telling you about the things that we're going to do to help you to convert leads, right? We actually go further than that. We can actually help you to follow up with people. I'm sure that potentially HubSpot does something like this, but we've actually built it all for you. So in the pipeline, these guys, if they actually drag someone into the quote sent stage, so I won't do it, but if I drag that person there, we actually have an automated sequence where it will actually follow up with them. And we'll ask them 24 hours later, have you had a chance to review the quote? Did you want to go ahead or did you have any questions, right? Because we know most people are getting at least a couple of quotes. So you need to make sure that you're engaging with people. As you can see here, the trigger is when they move it into that pipeline stage, we wait 24 hours, we send them SMS, we send them an email following up to try to convert that lead. We actually, go even further than that. Once the job has been completed, we can actually send them a survey on your behalf, right? So a survey gets sent out to that person. Usually what we do is we offer some kind of incentive to fill out the survey. The survey is just going to ask them some very, very basic questions. So I'll just kind of show you what the survey looks like, because it's good to get feedback. And then what we do is, in this case, this client wants to offer someone, they do it once every quarter. They give away a $200 FPOS voucher. And we're just asking them, what would you rate us out of 5? Only those people who rate you 5 out of 5 will then automatically be sent a request to review you on Google so that we can then get your Google reviews boosted. Okay. It's really, really important. And we don't want to ask anyone who doesn't rate you a 5 out of 5. We don't want to ask those people for a review. So the system will automatically detect, did they give you a 5? Yes. Okay. It will send them a text message and an email requesting a review. What we can then also do is we actually have a pipeline stage where you can, once that's done, it will automatically ask that person for referrals. So it'll ask them, do you have family, friends, or neighbors who want to go ahead with this service? Some of our guys pay up to $200 in referral fee if that install goes ahead. What we can then do is we can actually add them to a sequence where 1 year later, you'll check with them. Here you go. Send a reminder in 11 months if their unit needs servicing or, air conditioning, if they need it to be cleaned or anything like that. So also we want to help you to maximize the lifetime value of all of your clients, right? And I haven't even gotten to the part where obviously we can generate leads. So this is one of our clients that's in Melbourne, doing the VEU. They're targeting Metro Melbourne. As you can see, there are 165 leads this month, updated now, right? This is a live account. 165 leads at an average cost of $6.81, right?
And how many conversions, sorry to cut you off, on this
They're doing
165?
about 35% conversion rate.
Okay.
Here's another client we just launched a few days ago. In the last 7 days, they've generated 44 leads. This is for niche at an average cost of $4.97, right? So there's, we have so many different clients that are doing, so many different types of campaigns. These guys and average cost $7.75 per lead, right? And there's, example after example after example. We actually only send you people who are fully qualified based on your standards, right? Some of our clients say they only want to do replacing gas, others electric, others, they'll do anything. Some guys. So it's totally up to you, like what you want to run ad campaigns for. We can do it all. So that's like a breakdown of what we do, how we do it.
So you run multiple ads on one criteria base, or just like one single ad for all the inbounds?
No, so we actually create ads in your brand. So this is like the ad. You invite us as a partner to your ad account. We create ads for each specific product. So some guys, as I said, we would have an ad for, an ad niche. Some of our guys are doing, niche and covers. We do a different ad for each one. It's not advertising all of them on the one ad. It's a different campaign for each one. So it's just down to how much money do you want to spend on advertising.
And usually it's about 3 different ads for each campaign. So let's say we run a niche, campaign. We'll do 3 different ads. We'll test, we'll obviously run 3 and then figure out what one is the winner, turn the other 2 off, scale the winning one, create another one, test that against the winning one. And we're always, trying to beat ourselves.
Okay. And that ad designing and all like that, you will be taking.
We do all that. Yep, we do all
Can
that.
you show me some of the ads that you have designed for the other parties, just to have a look at like what kind of content you're throwing in the market? So just to get enough feedback, like yes, this kind of definitely appeal a customer, and they can just like hunt for yes, this looks good, and I should like try to get a quotation or what's to make an interest on that inquiry.
Yeah, no, so we don't share any of our actual ads. So, if you come on board, we design it based on what we know works and based on your company's branding. So yeah, that's something that we can't share. Obviously that's confidential. That's part of our strategy that we know works. We have a better ad strategy than anyone else. But what I wanted to show you is that it does work, and also that we do a lot to help you, not just to generate the leads, but nurture the leads and encourage those people to purchase. Once they do purchase, we want to help you to get more social proof via the Google reviews. We want to help you to get referrals. We want to help you to increase the lifetime value of all of your clients with ongoing revenue from cleans and servicing and all that kind of thing. So, the creative is something that is our IP. If you come on board, obviously we create, make all that creative for you. But that's something that we can't share with you.
That's fine. Okay. Okay. Mm, because our system is quietly similarly integrated to
Yeah.
that we have so
Yeah.
far.
Yes.
It's just like the ad account they manage, and it's like to ramp up the ads.
Correct.
And they can see because the quotation and all processes that they're taking in place. It's quite similar to us.
Correct.
Might be less on some parts like
Some
quality
integrated
points,
yeah,
some
follow-ups and all that.
follow-ups and all.
Because what are
Mm,
you guys generating your leads for right now?
Sorry,
Like, how are you kind of generating your leads?
kiosk and
Kiosks.
some Facebook marketplace,
Yeah, because
but
you mentioned you had like 2 or 3 kiosks, right?
yes.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we
And
actually have clients who have kiosks, and one of the great things is
yeah, show them
we
show
actually
them that.
we actually create a form for you that you can use at your kiosk. So here in the so that all of your kiosk quotes will come directly through to the system. So we can actually build a form for you here inside the system. So here you can see pop-up store form, and these guys are using it at the kiosk. They just use it on an iPad. It's like a website basically that it goes to, and here is like they fill that out, and then it comes directly into the CRM system.
Yes, I know
So
this is the jot form. Basically, you have done it.
what was that? Sorry,
The jot form, yeah.
this is not a jot form. This is inside of the CRM.
Okay,
It's in that same system.
okay.
So it's here. So it's native to this platform. So everything links in, perfectly. So basically, like, all of the forms that the guys are filling out, they go directly into the same workflow as every other lead that we generate for them. And they go into the pipeline, they receive, as you can see here, so the form submitted, the pop-up store form, it goes directly into the automated sequence here. And the bot talks to people and all that kind of stuff if you want it to. They use the calendar booking system. So these guys are booking in all of their quotes, the ones that they do in from the kiosk, as well as the ones that they're getting from the Facebook ads. So all the calendar system is fully functional so that you can use it for whatever different type of leads you want.
Okay. And can we discuss the charges and all? Like as we discussed yesterday, Cody's just given us some rough figures about the pricing. Like these are the services that we'll be
Yeah,
offering you. Let's say if we so I just want to structure the pipeline. Yes, how it gonna move over. Like
of
let's
course.
say you will be running the campaign, you will be running the
Yep.
campaign, the campaign will be generating the lead. That will be coming to your CRM system, and then on that CRM system, your AI or like automation technology works on like how you guys going, or just like asking a couple of due diligence questions from the customer and making it compliant as an eligible lead. And then we have that lead comes to us, right? If I'm not wrong, what I have understand so far.
So
You
this is
actually
going to
get
be your
access.
system.
Yeah,
This
it'll be your
this is
system.
your system. The other thing that we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
do is we can
yeah.
we can plug your HubSpot system, your HubSpot account into this as well. So, we can actually have another stage. So, once the lead's qualified, if you still want to use HubSpot, which, obviously you're going to still use for the coming months, to learn our system as well, we can
Mhm.
actually drag them from put them from our system to your system as well.
Yep.
So that's not going to be an issue, if
No,
that's
no,
something.
but my main point is, let's say we have to call the customer and we
Yep.
have to book an appointment and send an assessor, right?
That's
Correct.
right.
Correct. And then when assessors visits over, they're gonna update the system like, yes, this happened or this quotation has been sent.
Correct.
Correct. And then after the quotation, then you again handle that process, like if it's getting installed, like sending that later on once invoicing and all processes in the place. Once it's completed, and then you send that referral or feedback review to
Yeah,
the clients.
correct.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So we're doing everything that we can for you to convert leads. You know, that's really what we're doing.
That's how I, to be honest to you, how I have or we have integrated our HubSpot system is like very quite similar to your system already.
Yep.
Just like there are a couple of things are missing on that,
Yep.
as in terms of feedback, referrals, and other things. How we have already connected our Facebook page to the HubSpot integration, and they are directly popping up that let's say if anybody generates that appointment or submits that application or submits that form, the prompt message goes to them, thanks for contacting Smart Upgrades. Our one of our team member will be touch base with you shortly.
Mhm.
Or just like qualify a couple of the questions like you are a homeowner and single story or double story property, and then just like send, we will be in touch base with you shortly. So you will be receiving a call from us, and then we can schedule an appointment for the assessment. That's what we are doing. And then after assessment, once it goes to the agent visit the property, what the conversion comes, then we send the quotation from that same HubSpot. Like, yes, the contacts, because the contact details are already generated there, we have to just move it from one place to another place, like the funnel that you have showed us. And then it's going parallelly until the end of like, yes, it has been, deposit has been received, and then final amount has been paid, and this job has been submitted to the government. So that's the funnel basically we have built it on over on. What we are missing on is just like a strong team who can look out or brand the product or brand the company just for the more exposure of in the marketing basis and to get the
Yep.
more interest of the leads.
Perfect. Yeah. So the system is up to you if you want to use it or not. Most of our clients do, just because they aren't happy with their current CRM, and sometimes they don't even have one. So if you guys are happy, that's more than okay. We can just run all the lead generation in that and just push everything into HubSpot. That's fine. Or if you also want, we can, put it into our system, qualify them even further, and then we use Zapier. I'm sure you guys have heard of it, to send it back across to HubSpot. We're very easy, we just with HubSpot, like, well, we'll be completely honest, we're not experts with HubSpot. We're experts in this system, and it's great for us that our clients use this most of the time because we can just see exactly what you're doing, and if you're not doing something correctly, we can have a conversation, right? Like, hey, why aren't you doing this? Hey, what about doing it this way? And consult you guys as well. But we're very open. Like if you want to obviously push everything just to HubSpot, that's fine.
No. Let's Scotty, one more thing in what we want from as a team from our side is just to offload that task is just like to calling the customer and scheduling the appointment. Is that task can be taken care of from your side of teams?
So currently, no, we don't. We don't offer that additional service. We are looking into it, but yeah, right now we're not currently doing that. We kind of qualify everyone, on the form with the AI bots and everything. That's kind of how we're qualifying people, so they are ready for someone on the team to actually speak with them. They are expecting a call.
Oh, okay.
And do you take care of all the process ownership till the lead gets qualified, moving through the sales pipeline or anything like that, or we have to take or you just give us a system and then we have to take care of the whole
Yeah, we give you the system and then your team, much like what you're doing now with HubSpot. Look, most people don't have HubSpot. HubSpot's a good CRM.
Yeah.
We believe this one's a lot better. And we've actually built it out specifically to deal with
Niche.
new leads. But HubSpot's a great CRM as well. So you don't have to use this one if you don't want to. We can just send it directly to HubSpot, or as Cody was saying, we can let the bot further qualify people, and then it can send it to HubSpot. That's totally up to you.
Yeah. And you can dip your feet in with this system, right? You don't have to just go all in on this. And that's what we say with all of our clients. Like, don't do that, test it out, try it out for a month or two, right? Use a couple of the features. You're going to love it. And then you can, make that decision.
How much are you paying for HubSpot at the moment?
$100 something, $200
A month?
per seat?
per seat, yeah,
Yeah,
something
per
so.
month.
Per seat.
Yeah. Per seat. How many seats do you have?
I think 3 seats only. 3.
Okay. So
Yeah,
about
so about $600 a month. So this one we actually give to you for free.
Yeah.
That we understand because our lot of integrations are already done
Of
with
course. So happy
yeah,
to
no,
do it this way
yeah.
to start
So
with.
so
You know,
let's come to the prices and the charges, like
of
what
course.
that roughly as an average, and how much from that amount will be spending
Yeah, of
on.
course. Like, yeah, of course. Like I mentioned yesterday, you know, like our fee is a flat monthly fee. It's $2,000 plus GST per month, completely month to month. No lock-in contracts, nothing like that. You literally, we'd like you to give it a go for a month and you'll reassess and you're going to love it. You're never going to leave us. And then, like I mentioned as well, you know, most of our clients are spending between $30 and $50 uh, per day. Let's say $50. You know, you're looking at about 3,500. You know, in sort of total, in like a total cost
Yep,
amount.
yep, okay.
Yeah. Obviously, that Facebook spends on your account, your card, it just comes out, you know, directly from.
Yeah, no, that should be fine.
Yeah.
Uh, all right. I got already what the whole picture is. Give me some time to think about it, and definitely just like shoot through an email for that $2,000 as a monthly fees, and
Yep.
the plus spend of, like, we are expecting, like, let's say in a $50 a day,
Mhm.
let's say five leads or 4 leads a day,
Yep.
or you can say 10, as you're saying $6, so $50 can be a 9 or 8 or 9 leads roughly, as
Yep.
current promotions of your campaigns which are working out. So we'll be looking into similar ways, but as you're saying, in that piece, you're involving that ad designing. How many ad designs you will be offering up, or in a month, or just like one basic design you'll be rolling around the chain
Yeah, so
month
honestly,
by
it's
month?
kind of unlimited, right? It's whatever's needed to get you results. So, you know, like usually what we do, like we'll do, you know, to start with about three or four to begin, and then we'll obviously keep changing those out as we kind of need. You know, at the end of the day, we're just focusing on getting you results because if we get you results, you're never going to leave us. You know, we're month to month, right? There's no real
No,
risk.
that's understandable. That's not an issue.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
mm, it's just as
Now,
I'm
Richie,
planning.
you mentioned obviously, you know, you're the sole decision maker, you know, you're looking to do this as quick as possible, right? To get these additional installs. I guess, you know, money aside for a second, like how do you feel about everything?
The only objection what I have faced in my Facebook campaigns, how we were running, we were also, if I do show you my Meta Facebook account, it has really great numbers that we were doing over there.
Mhm.
Our minimum spend was like $4 to $8 in between, somewhere here and there, depending on just like what kind of people we are targeting. The
Yep.
major issue came over in the conversion is, like, let's say after AI prompt, even when we are sending to the customers, and then when we are trying to reach base to connect them, to convert that to an appointment to visit to the customer, that was lacking, and it was segregated around the whole Victoria, let's say, or not, you can say near Melbourne, around like 20-30 kilometers radius.
Yep.
Like one appointment is from here, one appointment is from here. So just like to allocate to the right sales representative, even they start also crying, guys, we are getting those appointments from far away, from different regions, and how we have to convert it. And this exhaustion comes in between, that the lead converting value goes really down. So let's say
Yep.
you're saying from 165 to 30% gonna be 40 leads, 45 leads. But when that 45 appointments gets to the conversion as in terms of installation, it left around 2025. So for 2025, $3,500 is not a right investment, I will say, up in front.
No, so we're saying conversion rate to install, right? So we're talking about 30%, 35% like lead to install.
Yep, yep. So that's what we have to discuss. I'll just have a chat with Krishna, like what can be the right
I mean,
measures to because
yeah,
we have to ramp the team accordingly up, even because if I want to trigger the market, even Facebook market, after VU people have jumped in the market, the spend has gone really up, and Facebook is making a huge lot of money out of it. As
yeah.
you can see from the all interest on the market, like every second retailer or every second people are just like trying to bump up some, boost their ads, whatever to gain the leads. Because in the Facebook they have the algorithm. Let's say if I have showed interest in
Yep.
I will be the next interest, if I will be scrolling my feed, in next 10 interest will be only for the
Niche.
will be throwing at my face. And when that happens, the customer will be like, customer plays a major role in it. They try to sign up multiple companies. They try to call everyone in the house, take the best quotation, then start whinging on the price. Hey, that is giving me 4,000. Can you give me 38? Then you give me 35. Then you give me 3,000. Can you give me for free?
Yep.
So that happens in the whole process, and I don't want to get trapped again back in that.
I completely understand that, Rishi, and honestly, I'm glad you've been, kind of upfront about, this barrier that you're facing. Like, I'll be honest with you, we're working with, quite a lot of clients, and they've all said the exact same thing before they sign on. And then we said,
Mm.
like, a month to month, right? Give it a shot for a month. You're not going to be
Yeah,
disappointed.
that's what we
Yeah.
also think about it. That's not a matter of like $3,000. It's just a matter of, let's say, if me and my team, or if anybody will be investing time with you guys even, or just to learn the process at your platform, and to just to integrate, like, let's say if
Yeah.
I invested the money, right?
Yeah,
And
of course, of
I
course.
get into the loop, and just like learning
Yeah. I don't think it's
process
a
and
money. Yeah, like it's,
it disturbs every chain of, like, yes,
of
the matter
course.
of 2 hours of involvement in this process as well. That cost is like way
Yeah.
more than that is
Exactly. Yeah.
initial investment.
Exactly. And that's why we want to make it as easy as possible, right? You don't have to use this entire system right now. I'm not saying that. I don't honestly, we don't need
Yeah,
you
yeah.
to. We want to make sure it's easy for you guys. That's our whole point. Like, it's not, we don't care what you use. We just want to help you get more results, right? Convert
No,
more.
definitely, I
That's
understand.
you
Yeah,
know, I'm happy, I would love for you to just give it a go for a month,
yeah, yeah,
right? You're a business owner at the end of the day. You guys are already successful, right? Three
yeah,
and a half
yeah.
grand isn't going to make any
No, no,
difference
no, no. We
to
will,
you guys at all.
definitely we will
But
once I will have a chat with the team, and I will might be what I will request for a few things, like, if I, as a marketing company, like, I will add some, like, try to post some ads on that pages every day basis. If you can just like add on, and we can, if the cost is that case, like, we can speak about it like separately. Yes, like, we will be charging, we'll be managing your Facebook accounts, or like Instagram pages, like, we will be adding these posts regularly. So just to make more vibrant in the market, like, let's say if someone opens up and they can
mhm,
give us like a right feedback, yes, these things looks good, like they are established in the market, and we can see, yeah, there are many
yeah,
scrolls and many posts down. So I will have a chat with the team, and then definitely I will just like come out a back proposal to you guys. Like, yes, I want this as in terms of as a support and a help to getting you involved in the business, and we'll ramp it up.
yeah, and on that point, that's why, Daniel really focused on the Google My Business reviews, because honestly, people, do their research, and that's why we really want to get you those Google reviews, because the number one trust factor is the Google
Correct.
reviews,
Correct.
right? Like,
No, no,
by far.
I'm strongly working on that closely.
And that's awesome,
Yeah.
and that's why, and this is what I'm trying to say, like, we're not just a digital marketing agency who's just going to run some ads and get you some leads, because everyone can get leads. You're getting leads right now. You've already got a successful business,
Mhm.
but you want to grow and scale in the most efficient way and most effective way possible, right?
Yep.
Now, you even mentioned to me, like, with that, let's say $3,500 a month total investment, it's still more cost effective than your kiosks, right?
Yep.
Like, I know we'll be able to get you results. You've already got a good sales team. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing 100 installs a month. If you weren't very good at what you're doing, you wouldn't be doing those numbers.
Sure.
So
No, no, that I understood. Just send me a written up proposal, please, and definitely I will not take much of your time today. I will get back to you by, you can say today is Wednesday. By Friday morning, you will be having,
yep,
like, yes, let's start ramping it up from Monday. You will be having
yep,
like a couple of days to design and to integrate,
yep.
and we can go
Can
from
I
there.
can I ask you, is there any reason why you wouldn't give this a go?
Is this as of right now in my mind, there's nothing as a reason, to be honest to you. It's just like for the Facebook, I know what's the loop is, like how the show runs and where I got, because I have invested in last 3 months. I have invested close to like $12,000
Hmm.
on Facebook, just spend I'm talking about.
Yep.
plus an additional, you can say, the guy who was managing it.
course, yep.
But I was having just like a less return in the conversions. So that's why I was like I will promote that campaign, but I will not promote that campaign for just like for lead sales, just for a promotion of the brand exposures.
Yeah.
I will try Facebook, but not for the lead conversions. So that was I was thinking. But I want to ramp it up, and like I was
Yep.
thinking, like you guys do many other platforms even other than Facebook and Instagram,
Yep.
because there are very different. There are Chinese markets involved. There are different kind of social media platforms which are involved in the market to gain the attention of the users. So I have to just work it around and find it out the way. Like yes, and this way I want to score it and get the best returns.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we're always just focused on revenue generating activities.
Yep,
Qualified
yep.
leads through the door, let your sales team close them. Like, we keep everything simple, streamlined, and efficient, which is obviously what you guys are looking for. And worst case, you give it a go for a month. It doesn't
Yep.
work as well as you like.
No, definitely. We will go with like something very like I have to just like have a one discussion with the team, and then I will be able to give my answer. Just like I will make sure like let's say if you are bringing the work even that should be going the right direction of right hands will be actioning that work, because I wouldn't be able to sit around those like that particular task around.
Of course.
So I want to just like yes, this is coming and this is going out and this is we are making money.
Yeah.
That's all
The
I
other
want.
thing I was going to say is that we can look at also running some branding campaigns for you. So obviously the main, as what Cody was saying, is our main focus is revenue generating campaigns. But totally understand the strength of your brand is really important. So we can of course run alongside the lead generation campaign some branding campaigns so that you get more exposure in the market. And people know who you are, and people will actually want to work with you guys. As I said, and as Cody said, it is important to really boost the number of Google reviews that you're getting. So that's something that we could help you to do as well. We run what's called a Google Review Accelerator campaign, where we can actually send out a survey to everyone that you've ever installed for and ask them, what would you rate us out of 5, and any feedback. And then those who rate you 5 out of 5, we can then actually request from them a Google review. So overnight, we could get you, depending on how many installs you've done in the past, a whole lot of new reviews pretty quickly. That's really important to understand. And as you said, like it is also important to have your social media page, full of not for thinking you're going to be viral and you're going to reach millions of people, but so that when someone is considering potentially using your company, they'll scroll through and they'll look, does this look professional? If you want, we can actually get a quote from our designer to maybe design a whole bunch of posts in your branding, to help you with that. I'm not sure if you already have someone that's doing that for you. The posts that I saw on your Facebook page, they looked pretty good, to be honest. So, I would definitely
Basic,
want
like
to get
they're
them looking a
not
little bit
that
more.
great. That's why I'm just like I'm working for it for closely. Like
Yeah,
I
we
do have a
could
couple of
honestly, I would be good if they looked a bit more premium, because here if you're wanting to charge premium prices, you want to be looked at as a premium vendor in the space. You do definitely want to, have some better looking images. As I said, if you want, we could help you with that as well. Totally up to you. But the main focus of what we do is always to just bring business in the door. That's the first focus. And then, usually what we do after that is we start to invest money into other things like, whether it be website, organic posts, and that kind of thing to help you in all aspects, of generating business.
Sure, makes sense. Well, good guys. Thank you so much for your time today. Just send me, Cody, please, if you can please send me an email.
Sure.
I will just like have a look around. Let me have a quick chat with my team today, and tomorrow, most probably by tomorrow afternoon or before Friday morning, you will be having
Sure.
a prompt on that email, and whatever the decision we can just like okay, let's start it up on these conditions or these
Yep.
things, just like as a support, and let's do a collaborative business and ramp it forward.
Of course. That
Excellent.
sounds fantastic. Sounds fantastic, guys. Well, yeah, great to chat to you. Appreciate your time as well. And Rishi, we'll touch base later this week.
Yeah.
See you
Just
guys.
also CC Krishna as well in
Yeah.
the email, and
No
we'll get
problem.
them close by this week. Okay.
Perfect. Done. No problem at all. Thanks so much, guys. We'll talk soon. And this is the other end to it. The bloke with a van, solo operator, just launching his business, 1,500 a month, different fears, different objections, different pace than the manufacturer. And if you sell to trades, this is the conversation that you're going to have the most.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yep,
Yeah,
can
mate.
hear you.
Can
How's
you
it
hear us?
going?
Good, good. How you guys going?
Very good, thanks. Appreciate you jumping on.
Cool. There
There
you
we
is.
go. We can see your beautiful face.
How you
Man,
going?
really excited to get stuck into it. Obviously, my name's Cody. This is Daniel.
Yeah.
Seeing obviously books through. Man, I'd just love to know, like, what made you sort of book a call?
Well, so we've been me and my partner, who's more not my missus, but my business partner. There's two of us. There's three of us all together. She's on holiday at the moment. He's usually the brains to this, but he's busy today. So we've been installing heat pumps for a good 6 months.
Yep.
We've got a lead generation company that works out of Bangladesh, and they're struggling to bring in some jobs.
Okay.
I've brought in a lot of private jobs, which has kept us floating, but we just want consistent work and sort of to grow our business, you know.
Yep.
Our suppliers are really happy with our installs. So we've got a massive amount of stock.
Yep.
I've got the manpower. I've got 3 teams of plumbers and electricians, but I just need I need consistent work. If you can bring solid leads in, and just want to know the process.
100%, definitely can. So what sort of heat pumps are you installing?
The Emerald 270
Emeralds?
all in one.
Perfect. Yep. And how'd you find this team from Bangladesh then?
Oh, I don't know, man. Just research this and that. Like, they're called SkyTech Management. They're
Okay.
pretty good. They're pretty good. I think their prices are pretty competitive compared to some of the lead generators we've used previously. But yeah, I was just seeing you pop up, your face exactly like this pop up.
Yep.
And like, you know what? For my partner, like, he's a building surveyor by trade, so he can't take the meeting. So I'm going to try get all the questions answered, and hopefully we can put it all in an email. And yeah,
For sure, 100%.
We're also recording this call, so you can actually send it to him and he can have a watch of it as well.
yeah, perfect. That's fantastic. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
So
yeah.
what's your end-to-end process, say, for heat pumps at this present moment? Like,
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, I can talk you through absolutely everything. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to show you through live client accounts. So I'm going to show you step by step exactly what we do, how we do it. 90% of what I'm going to show you is how we help you to convert that lead into a paying client. Because, like, just sending you leads and being like, well, good luck, that's one thing.
Yeah.
We know that, you know, you need to make significantly more money than what you pay us. Otherwise, you're not going to keep paying us, right? So
100%.
it's really important to us that you actually make money. That's, if you're making money, we're making money, basically. That's kind of
Yeah,
like
man. That's sort of with other management. We're making a bit less money. I think we could be making more money, but the Emerald system is very reliant. I'm happy with the Emerald. I could cut the system down and get a $500 system, but why? You know, like, Emerald is an Australian-based company in New South Wales with you. I've got a good relationship with them. They're pretty prompt when something does go wrong, and I'm prompt with fixing it. So yeah, like, I like the way you are thinking already.
awesome, man. And what's your price roughly for installing the Emerald and cost to the consumer?
As in what I charge as a base price without any lead generation.
Yeah. So, like, you know, someone comes through, yep, I want to replace my current hot water heater. I want to switch over to the Emerald. What's the price that you're selling it to them for after the VEU rebates?
Well, depending on relocation, switchboard upgrades, just a solid base price, a straight swap over, we can do anywhere between, say, $900 to $1,000.
Perfect. Good, man. Because look,
It's competitive.
I always like to ask that, and how am I going to say this by being politically correct? You have competition, new Australians, let's call them, who are doing stuff for a really, really cheap price, man. And you know, they don't, yeah. So being competitive on price is pretty important. And you are definitely really competitive on price. So You know, we have some people who are wanting to take a massive margin and they're charging like 1,500, 2 grand. You know, that's just for a straight swap, right?
Yeah.
And they want to take their cut. They're not doing the installs or anything like that. They actually just pass that on to another team. So all they're doing is getting the lead, converting it, and then just moving on. They
Yeah.
have nothing to do with any other part of the process. And that makes it a little bit tough because, you know, there's a lot of people doing this, man. Like,
Yeah, there
you know,
is. But
there's
I
like
believe, yeah.
there's like 3 million homes that qualify for the rebates, and so
Yeah.
there's enough leads out there for everyone. There really is,
Yeah.
man. Like there's enough people out there who have no idea that you can get a $2,000-3,000 system installed for like $800-900, right?
Yeah.
And right now, you know, interest rates are super high. People's disposable income's quite low. To save that amount of money, it's like it's a
Massive.
no-brainer,
Massive,
you know?
massive. Not
And
only are you saving money not only are we saving money on the install, but fuck, man, like it's the Emerald system costs 50 cents a day to run on electricity, $150 a year. Who doesn't want it? Who doesn't want that? You know what I mean?
absolutely. Yeah, totally. And you know, it is better, you know, whatever your opinion is on it, it's like it's a very hot topic, climate change and you know, using less energy, you know, switching over to electricity from gas like that to a lot of people that's really important. And
Yeah.
so there's a lot of reasons why it is you know, there's a lot of work out there. What I was just trying to make sure is that you guys are competitive and you are, which is excellent. You know,
Yeah,
the next
100%.
part of it is like chasing leads, man. Like I will tell you, these guys that we work with, they are like a dog with a bone. You give them a lead, they chase, 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 right? They'll go
Yeah.
out, they'll see the person in the home, they'll call them back, they'll follow up. Because what I'm going to show you through is we're going to help you with a lot of that stuff, but it doesn't mean you know, you guys don't have to do anything. And so I always just want to be upfront about that. Like we bring you in good leads, we warm them up, we nurture them, and all
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But you know, at the end of the day, you got to sell, right? You got to
Yeah.
build rapport with customers. You got to have good sales processes, and you know, even just the way that you structure it when you're selling. Like, you know, some guys first
Yeah.
come to us and they go, "It's $900," and I say, "No, you have to like structure it like, all right, the system's worth 3 grand, and then the install's worth 1,500. Right now, we're doing it for 900." So then, kind of showing them you would have had to have paid this much,
That's,
but
yeah.
today it's 900, and it's like fuck when you frame it like that, it's
Yeah.
a lot better than, you know, we've heard sales calls and people saying, yeah, it's $900, and they're like, well, that just sounds like a lot to people.
Yeah,
But
no
when you
shit.
then you frame it in a different way, then it sounds like a no-brainer. So cool, man. How many installs do you currently do, and then how many do you want to do?
We're averaging, we're averaging. So I've done some weeks where I've done 10 a week, but it's not consistent. I want a consistent. So right now I'm working. I'm a cabinet maker by trade. I want this to be my full-time job. You know, there's three of us that are involved. Hence the volume. I've got 3 teams ready, so I can cover all parts of Melbourne: Metro Melbourne, East Melbourne, West Melbourne, North Melbourne, South Melbourne. Like I can hit all parts of Melbourne. So I've got my team ready to go. If I can get to 10 and polish off the process with 10 and get that running to a point where we're getting them done efficiently, my customers are happy. Then we'll go to 15. Like the sky's the limit. If I could do 15, I'll do 15. If I could do 20, like I said, I've got 3 teams set up, like roaring for work. The industry in Melbourne is quite slow at the moment. So the plumbers and electricians don't have a lot of work. So I'm feeding them as much as I can possibly feed them. But realistically, I want to do a consistent 10 to 15 a week.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And you can achieve that. Like, it's all about getting leads and converting them. Really, that's like the name of the game. So,
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'll, you know, at the moment, where are you getting your leads from? Like you said, you know, that it's around 10, it's inconsistent. Where are your leads coming from?
So a lot of them, I've got a lot of my Instagram page, our Instagram page, Reviving Viro's page, isn't like, we've got 116 followers, but I've done pamphlet drop-offs, you know, and then people have contacted me because obviously telemarketing and social media is all banned as of a couple months ago. So I've pulled a lot of jobs in from pamphlets, word of mouth. family, friends, and then like for instance, I installed a job last week, and I got two of their neighbors that I'm installing today.
Yeah, we
Like
find
they
that
just
happens a lot, man. That
Yep.
happens a lot, which is really cool because when someone sees, I'm friends with my neighbors and they're like, fuck, I just got this system installed for like $900. It's cost me 50 cents a day to run. They're like, whoa, can I get one too? Yeah, you can.
yeah,
So it happens a lot, which is cool. And so yeah, obviously the ban on cold calling and door knocking kind of threw things out of whack quite a bit for a lot of guys.
yeah,
And which is why the ads that we're running, man, they work really, really well. So I'm going to
yeah,
show you through some accounts now, so that you can see how it works.
yeah.
Last question: do you have a CRM system that you use to organize your leads?
That's what I was going to ask you. We use our own system to organize our leads. We've got our own quoting system. We use Trello, so I can upload it into my installers days, and obviously the rest is runabout and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got our own system. I use implement to use your own system.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what I'm going to show you now. Cool. So I'll jump in. If you want to chuck your phone on landscape mode, so that you can see a little bit better.
There you go. Yeah.
So we provide you this system free as part of working with us. And the reason why we give it to you for free is because it's going to help you to convert way more leads into jobs, right?
Yeah.
And as I said before, like we need you to basically make way more money than what you pay us, right? We don't lock you into 3, 6, 12-month agreements. It's a month-to-month agreement. So we know performance is, king. We know you need to make cash, right?
Yeah.
And this system's going to help you to do that, right? So, a $900 purchase, it's not an impulse buy, right? A lot of people, $20 is an impulse purchase, right? They need a little bit of time to consider it, right? They need a little bit of nurturing, a little bit of help to kind of get to the right decision. And so it's super important that you know where anyone is at any particular point in the sales cycle, right? Because some will take a day, some will take a week, some will take a month, some will take a year. That's just sales, man. That's just how it is. And you need to be fully across your sales pipeline. And so we help you to manage that. And as you can see here, like these guys are actually doing air conditioning. It's actually more than that they've converted. It's like 170, 180. I think Cody spoke to them on Monday. They've just been with us for like just over a month, right? So it's super important, obviously, that your data is in order because, Yusuf, data is the most valuable commodity in the world.
100%. 100%.
More valuable than oil or gold because you can make more money from it. That's why Instagram, Facebook, Google are free. They want your data so they can sell you shit, right?
Shit.
Now, most of the things that you'll need to do from this system, you can actually do from the pipeline, right? So like, as you can see, I can move around these opportunities super easily. If I click call, it's actually going to call this guy Augie, so I won't do that. I will go through the conversation section in just a minute. In that section, it's absolutely all the conversation history, including your text messages, phone calls, which you can record, emails, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, invoicing, quoting, Google reviews, everything's all in the one place, right? So that no matter who it is that picks up the sale at any one point can go back and see all of the history, right? We tag all of our clients. Can you read what that says there?
It says new lead, autopilot, SMS.
Yep. So we know that if you take longer than 5 minutes to engage with a new lead, your chances of converting that lead into a paying client drops by 80%, right? And that's because, man, people want instant gratification. Like I think about myself. If I call a plumber and they don't answer, I'll call the next one. And if they don't answer, I'll call the next one.
I'm the same.
It's just like, well, who's going to pick up? Who's going to get back to me? And because there's options, man. And then like people have availability. There's so much information out there right now. So we've actually plugged that gap for you. So we've actually connected in ChatGPT into this system as an AI assistant to actually talk to leads for you, right? And let me just show you. I can see here Augie had been in a conversation, so I'm guessing that Augie was actually talking to the bot. So let me just have a look. For whatever reason, I'm sure you won't be able to get to leads right away, right? Here we go. Perfect. So this was yesterday, 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Immediately they get sent. So they submitted their inquiry at 10 a.m. Immediately they get sent their email, basically, you know, thanking them for their inquiry and giving them the opportunity to schedule in a callback, right? Because
Perfect.
people might be at work, they might be in bed, they might be on the toilet, like for whatever reason, they're not available to talk right away. We still
Yeah.
want you to engage with them, but we actually want to give them the chance to say, hey, call me back at this time. That's when I'll be available, right? And
Yeah, I love
all of
that.
the
Like what you've done. Like exactly what you've done
Exactly.
today.
Exactly. And so it's exactly the same system. There's a calendar booking system here. You can add a new appointment. So they can book them themselves just like what you did. Or, you know, these guys have three calendars, an in-home quote, a calendar, a phone
Yeah.
appointment calendar, and a job booking calendar. You pick the calendar, you pick the day, you pick the time, and you book it in, right? Then as you did, confirmation reminders, we obviously use the same system for ourselves, right?
Yeah,
But then
for sure.
straight away, the bots texted them. Hi,
Yeah.
Augie. Thanks so much for submitting your inquiry with HQ Services. Can you please confirm if you need a quote for a split or a ducted air conditioning system?
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah.
He texts back 2 minutes later, ducted. Great choice, Augie. Is it for a single story or a multi-story home? The old unit packed up, need to replace it. It's on the first floor, 7 kilowatt. Thanks for sharing. Is it a back-to-back install? Yes, like just boom, boom, back, forth, and then
That's
it's handed
it.
it over to the team, and then they've had a phone call.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's all
So,
recorded and everything, huh?
yeah, I mean, I could click play there. I mean, I'm not out of
Yeah.
privacy, but you know, it's example after example where our bot is engaging literally as we speak here. This person's talking to the bot, right?
Yeah.
They actually submitted their inquiry at 12:30 a.m. and then
Wow.
this morning, then it's actually followed up with them this morning, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, does follow up for you anything you want, right? Again, 9 o'clock this morning, back forth. Like, you know, it is a really, really excellent system, man, that is going to help you to convert more of your leads into paying clients.
Yeah.
Right.
Did Lead Summer create this process?
So yeah, we added in the bot. We've created the structure inside of this system, but this system is built on like a base software, right?
Yeah, okay.
We don't own the base software, but we own the structure and everything inside of it.
Yeah.
Which is, yeah, it's awesome, man. So, you know, we also have a fully inbuilt, you know, payment and invoicing system. So,
Yeah.
you know, we can provide you with templates. This is one of our clients that does Ecogenica. You know, they have their agreements here that they use. So it's like a templated agreement, which you can add
Yeah.
in, you know, all of the quote in here, you know, minus your rebates. Like that's a really
Yeah.
smart way to
Mine looks
do it. That's
similar.
what
Mine looks similar to that. Like
yeah.
real proper similar to that. And then yeah, additional fees. Yeah, yeah. Mine
So
looks
then they this is like DocuSign. I don't know if you've heard of that before, where it's a legally binding document that they can sign. So if you come on board with us, you actually sign one of these agreements.
Yeah.
And you know what we can actually do is automatically then send the invoice out after that, right?
Yeah.
One of our clients who is using the full payment system, they've during the like 12 months they've been with us, they've written, you know, over 800K in revenue with another 150K to collect. You know, if I just look at here at the most recent you know, invoice that they sent out, you'll actually see it's all actually here in the conversation section, right? So let's just have a look. Somewhere here that they new invoice sent, 13 grand.
Yeah.
You know, new invoice received, right? So it's all here. A really, really great invoicing system that you can connect in payment provider like Stripe, right? And you can take payment electronically. You can take payment on the go whilst you're in someone's home, take a deposit, whatever it is that you need, man.
Yeah.
You know, we can actually also help you to follow up with leads, right? A lot of people come to us and they, you know, send out an invoice or a quote, and then they're just like, oh, I hope that person's going to come back to me, which is not good enough, man. You need to follow up. We know that, you know, we actually can automate some of that for you, right? So this is one of our clients that's doing hot water, and we actually have an automated follow-up sequence. So 24 hours after they send out the quote, so we wait a day, send them an SMS, and we ask them if they you know, want to go ahead with the quote or if they had any questions, and then we also send them an email saying the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And you know, we actually kind of go further than that as well, right? So obviously, as you saw, you can book in jobs and everything like that. You can allocate your installers, whatever you want. We actually, once a job's complete, what we do, because I had a look, so you've got 6 5-star reviews, which is excellent. We want more than that, right?
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
social proof is super important. You think about your own behavior, man. I fucking check Google reviews if I'm going to a restaurant, if I'm getting an aircon installed, anything, right? Plumber, electrician, I'm checking Google reviews. So what we actually do for you is we will send out a survey after the install's been complete. You just let us know the install is complete, put them in that pipeline stage, and then they'll get sent a survey and we ask them, what would you rate us out of 5? Only those people who rate you 5 out of 5 will then be sent a request for a Google review, right?
Yeah,
That's how we
man.
avoid anything other than the 5
Yeah, that's
anything.
sick.
Because, man, for whatever reason, some people just fucking suck and they're like, oh, it just wasn't perfect.
You're
They
gonna get a
fucking
Sharon.
yeah, exactly. It's
Karen.
like, oh, they drove him out of my driveway too quickly. It scared my dog,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So it's like,
Yeah.
then we actually then send them a text message asking them for referrals. Do you have any family, friends, or neighbors who would be interested in this service? Some of our guys are, paying up to $200 in a referral fee. Whatever you want. If you want, we can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. We then actually have a pipeline stage. So, for hot water, maybe not, but for air conditioning, you can actually remind them in a year's time that their unit is due for a service. So try to get you to maximize the lifetime value of all of your clients, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's what it is. That's how we do it. So I haven't even shown you like the actual ads. Like the performance that we're getting on ads is really good. So for hot water, you'd be paying anywhere between like $7 and $10 for a lead. So let's just.
Is that what you charge for the lead?
No, so we just run this in your ad account. So this is all in your company's branding. This is like we're a digital marketing agency. We're marketing on behalf of you. So you pay us basically a flat monthly fee, and then we run your ads for you. So you set your budget. We recommend a minimum of $30 a day. So these guys this month, right? They've generated 160 leads, 164 leads. Average cost $9.24. Man, there's example after example after example. Another ad account here that, these guys have been with us for like 2 weeks. 100 leads, $5.30 each. Like it is example after example of, here this month, $7 per lead, 213 leads. Like it's a lead, man. But I've spent 95% of the time telling you about what we do once you get the lead, because just getting a lead is not good enough. And by the way, these people are all fully qualified, right? They only come to you if they're the homeowner, their home's worth less than 3 million, combined household income less than 210K. Their current unit is older than
Over
3 years, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. They only come to you if they're qualified. Again, like that's the name of the game, man. Collect people's information and then chase them down. And, just like what you've done here, you've booked in a call. We're here presenting to you what our offer is, and then, trying to convert you into a client. So obviously you'll be doing the same thing, just different product.
So do you just take a monthly fee? Is that what you take per month?
Correct. So it's $1,500 plus GST per month. And then your advertising spend on top of that.
All right, cool. So $1,500 plus just so this video will be shown to my partners so they can have a look at it. So just and from every lead that we convert, you just take nothing out of that?
Nothing. We used to do a commission model, man, and it was like a fucking nightmare because people then were hiding things from us, and it was they were converting a lot of jobs, and then it got to this like we're chasing them around being like, we can see that you're converting jobs, and they're like, no, that one didn't go ahead, and it just became this really awkward
fuck yeah.
process.
I'll get it.
And I was just like, cool, flat fee, sell as much as you want, spend as much as you want on ads. That's totally up to you. We take our monthly fee, and you guys, like the only other cost is the phone system. So text messages are like 7 cents per text, and then the phone number, it's about $10 a month. Obviously that's something that you pay through the system. So it's kind of like, your toll credit, you top up $10 credit. When it goes below zero, it tops up another $10. That's just how the phone system works. That's it.
And I think if you aren't taking commission from each job means that we can keep our price competitive. You know what I mean? So you'd sort of base it after the first 3 jobs, we pay lead summit off. And then after that is all profit to us, which means that we can stay competitive with the market. Because I find like other lead generation companies are taking the cut. So they're going a bit more higher on their margins, and then they're like, nah, fuck this. I don't want to spend $1,300-$1,400, you know? Whereas for you, we pay you a flat rate and all your other stuff, and it's just convert. And the more we convert, the more we're making, but you get your flat fee at the end of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally, man. And it,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
like that.
it works well. You know, as I was saying from the beginning, man, it's all down to selling. Like we're helping you as much as we can to sell. We're providing you with this system which does everything I've shown you. But like at the end of the day, man, you got to sell. You got to chase
I can sell,
leads. You got
man.
to,
I can
yeah,
sell. I can sell. Have you watched Wolf on Wall Street on that guy?
yeah, good, man.
I'll fucking do what I can to convert him, because at the end of the day, look, I work. I want this to be my full-time job, and not only that, I've started teeing up people. Kedim is he's tried to message you. He's actually the brains. He's been doing this for a long time. So like we're already in talks of sort of doing aircon. We know that the hot plates are being introduced, but we sort of want to build some bank on the heat pumps, which we've already sort of done, and get the process Mickey Mouse. And man, do this full time, man. Who wants to? I'd love to be at home just driving out to clients and converting things. So that the end goal is to do that, and hopefully we can. And I love it because you're an Australian-based company. Like, you know what I mean? There's no pissing in each other's pockets. So look,
Yeah, man. We understand the Australian culture. That's something that, you know, these overseas companies, look, they're cheap, man, and sometimes it can work and whatever someone wants to do. But we're here to support you guys through it. We understand the Aussie culture. You can talk to us anytime. Like
yeah,
it's you know, so I'm glad you kind of see the benefit in that as well.
yeah.
So yeah, man. Is that based on what I've shown you? I know you need to talk to your business partner, but you know, based on what I've shown you, what are your thoughts?
I like it, man. I like it. I guess I like it because it's like you can see the full production of it. You can see where the lead's at once it's handballed over to Revive Enviro. And I like the system also how it sends follow-up emails to keep them on the hook. You know what I mean? Because sometimes life gets ahead of everyone. So, you know, we might forget an SMS or a phone call, and your system keeps on top of that. You know what I mean? So I like that part of it. I love the organization of it, because if you're a disorganized company, you're not going to function. People are going to feel the cracks in your company, you know. And on top of that, like it's just fantastic. I love what the money that you're taking. $1,500 isn't too much of a stretch, especially if you look at the numbers that you're converting. It's fucking fantastic. Like 1,500 is 1,500. Like it is what it is.
Yeah,
you know?
totally, man. Well, you know, so when are you going to be able to chat to your business partner?
I'll send him this video. He'll have a look at it tonight. And we can schedule can we schedule another meeting? Do you work on weekends at all?
Yeah, depending. Like,
Because
you know, if it's a revenue generating meeting, then yeah. But that's yeah.
I'm guessing the next meeting will be revenue generating, because the next meeting it's either a yes or a no. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I'd love to say yes, but I can't. So he's the man that will review the chat and everything else. Can I get out of this Zoom call and ask a couple of questions that he said can I just zoom up into messages? Am I still on?
Yeah,
There
totally,
we go.
man.
Here we go. Like he just penciled. So yeah, so we've confirmed what software. So you're going to use your own software.
Correct.
And generating leads, how do you actually get the hot and cold leads? Like, you just like is
Facebook,
that our
Instagram?
Yeah.
So basically, we run ads just like what brought you to us. We run an ad explaining to people that they can get these rebates. They can switch over their hot water system to a heat pump, and you know, it's from like $8.99. If you're saying 900, we say $8.99. Then they fill out their inquiry form. The inquiry form, they'll only come to you if they qualify. Obviously, based on those factors that I mentioned, and then they come into that system, and then that whole process starts that I just shown you.
And with the extras, I see the job and I can add the extras. Like
absolutely.
Perfect. because our other companies just go off the top of their head, and I don't like that. I like to put it to my installers because they're the men that are doing it. So I'd be like, hey, hey, Johnny, how much is this relocation fee going to cost? All right, that's pretty good. And use all of central Melbourne, like
Everywhere.
all of Melbourne, everywhere in Melbourne.
Yeah, we just hit wherever you want to go.
Yep.
Some guys, we've got guys out in like Dalesford, Bendigo, Ballarat. Others are down in Mornington Peninsula. Some want to do all of Metro Melbourne. Some want to do all of Victoria.
Yeah.
Totally up to you, like where you want to target.
I've got a team. I've got a team in the Mornington Peninsula as well. So look, we can hit most parts of Melbourne as well. But yeah,
where are you based?
We're in West Melbourne, from the western suburbs, the wild, wild west.
Yeah, nice, man.
As you can tell that we look like we're western suburbs from around here.
Oh man, it's basically like I grew up in southwestern Sydney, and yeah, man, I reckon we're probably pretty similar background.
Oh no, look, dude, Judy, your name, you look Italian. I've got a lot of Italian family, and I'm Turk.
Exactly.
The whole company, we're obviously all Australian born, but Turkish background. So
nice, man.
I like working with logs as well because we all get brought up in the same family. There's no fucking around. Like it's straight to the point. But yeah. So as for the next meeting, if you reviews it tonight, how can we sort of put pen to paper in the next initial contact? And also, if we do say yes, who sets up our computers with the program?
We do. So we basically, you'll jump on a Zoom call with Cody. Cody will walk you through the setup. Basically, there's an onboarding call. We then have a full training course. It's a video training course on the system. Obviously, you can ask us whatever questions you want. You jump straight into a WhatsApp group with Cody and I, and you can ask us anything you want anytime. Anytime you do, we actually send you a training video. So if a video doesn't already exist, we send you a new one, and then we actually add that to the course, so it's there for you and your team, whoever wants to see it. So basically the next step would be, if you want to go ahead, I read through the agreement. I read it through word for word. There's no like hidden nothing like, oh, I didn't know this and I didn't know the terms.
Yeah, for sure.
I literally read through with you word for word, and then if you're happy to go ahead, you then sign it.
Yeah.
And then you pay the first month's invoice up front. We schedule in your onboarding, and then it takes about probably like a week from the time we start your onboarding to create that structure for you in the system, create your ads, get your ads launched, all that kind of stuff. And then, within a couple of days, leads start flowing, and then it just builds and builds and builds. So basically, we feed the algorithm more and more data over time, man. That's our job, is to optimize your ads, test different creative, test different messaging to make sure that we're like lowering your cost per lead, maximizing the lead quality, and helping you to maximize conversion rates.
Perfect, man. I love the sound of it. Once my partners watch this video, I'm sure they're gonna love the sound of it as well. So if we do want to go ahead, do I text your personal number? I know you called me off your personal number, but I don't like doing this, like schedule a meeting. If I just text you and go, hey Daz, Kerim and I are ready to have a chat with you, and Zekia as well. So Zekia, she's part of the company as well. So she does all the background work. She's our background.
Yeah, totally, man. Absolutely. Yeah, perfect, man. So look, there's that number that we texted you on, which both Cody and I get. As I said, we use this system for ourselves. Ideally, it would be good to text that number, the one that texted you the link for this call, because we both get that. But yeah, man, call me on my personal number, whatever. Totally up to you.
I love more personal numbers than that, because I know to me it's more reassuring. You know what I mean? Like I like, to me it's more reassuring, and like even to the company. Like I love how you're an Australian-based company. It's the first question that I ask, But I love the sound of it. I'm loving it. Like I said, I've got the team ready to go. Revive's got the team ready to go. We just need numbers coming in, and once the numbers are coming in, like I'm telling you, we'll generate. I don't know how many heat pump companies work for you, or how many companies work for you, but like we've got, I'm more confident in my system, in my installers are just phenomenal. I reckon I've got the best installers in Melbourne. So like it's time to compete.
Yeah, nice, man. Well, absolutely, we're here and ready to go when you are, man. So
Done
Cody
deal.
will send you this video once the meeting's over. You can share that with
Yeah,
your business partner, and then
yeah,
you can let us know
yeah, man.
when you're ready to go.
Easy. I'll give you a text hopefully in the next 24 hours before the long weekend. And yeah, we'll schedule the next meeting.
Hey,
If
who did this video for you, by the way, on your Facebook page?
the AI,
Is that what that is?
yeah, that's AI. That's Kedim, the partner. He's well, you don't like it?
No. It's just like
She's good
it's funny
looking. She's good
because
looking.
it's funny because I was like, this looks to me like AI, and I was like, did you guys do that, or so? Yeah, your business partner obviously is up to date with like
No, he's a
what
gun. Absolute weapon,
yeah.
man. His brain works different to a lot of people. Once you speak to him, you'll be like, "Fuck, this kid." He's actually like, he's like the system we're running off. He's created it. Like he's a weapon. Weapon. 20,
Yeah, nice, man.
23 years old, man. So he's come fresh out of school. Zekia, the other partner, she's an accountant. So we've got the perfect team that's internal, and our external team with our installers is just phenomenal.
Sweet, man. Well, I think, bringing us on board hopefully will be that missing
Yeah,
piece of the
man.
puzzle that you're looking for, and then we can grow together.
Fucking oath. I like that, man. It's good to plant the seed, and then after that, just let it blossom at the end of it.
Absolutely, man. Well, looking forward to hearing from you, Yusuf, and
Yeah, easy.
we'll go from there.
Perfect, man. Yeah, send through that video if you can. Is it going to come via email?
Cody,
Yeah.
how will it go through?
Yeah,
email.
it'll come through email. And I'll also just confirm it through text as well.
Yeah, easy, man. Easy. Get that through to me ASAP, and I'll have that shipped off to the crew, and hopefully you get a response from us in 24 hours, man.
Cheers, mate. Looking
Awesome.
forward to hearing from you.
Thanks,
we'll
boy.
talk soon.
Thanks, boy. Appreciate it,
See you,
boys.
mate.
Thanks for the time. Thanks for your
Yeah.
time.
Bye.
Take care. See you later.
That's the entire playbook. 4 calls, 4 clients, $84,000 between them. I documented the whole thing from zero to 94 grand per month, and I'm still putting it together as one video for this channel completely for free. So subscribe so you don't miss it.